I know, right? Yeah, it's pretty late. Because the thing is, there's really not a lot going on with it. I'm. You're probably getting on me because I like him. Yeah, he's gonna talk about it. Jimmy. That's the only thing in the news. That's the only thing in the news. So what am I gonna do? So anyway. Yeah, I know Ayuk and every guys are out practicing. I know about that. I was going to mention that, as a matter of fact, for those who he just hates Trey Lance. Anyway, let me say this right now. Here's a fun thing though. As the silence continues from the Niners front office regarding Jimmy G, the media continues to write a script for San Francisco and the days of Niners lives. Yeah, I laugh at all of this now because I can't wait till the season starts so we can end with the BS daily drama. One of the latest episodes now includes the team administration allowing other organizations to negotiate possible contracts with the G-Child. And tonight, taking your calls after going over the details from media talking heads as they paint the doom and gloom of Jimmy G's continued connection with the Niners and a new tactic to resolve the situation, which is really interesting. I didn't think they'd ever go there, but they did. Let me get into it. Meanwhile, for those who insist that he hates Trey Lance, let me mention, and I was going to mention it before you came in giving me a hard time about it, the Niners players find the recent Trey Lance arm fatigue capable of amusing. And I posted this on social media. So for those of you who insist that I got a thing against Lance, think again. I got a thing against losing, yes. But Lance, no. He hasn't done anything yet. We'll see. But Brandon Ayuk has been keeping up with the offseason overreactions, antics, and all tales about T. Lance. And he posted a video of him and Trey Lance working out. Ayuk's running routes and Trey's out there throwing the ball downfield. So Ayuk posted it up, their little workout. And the caption jokingly reads, which had me laughing, the only 3 throws from the day his arm got fatigued after that. I do find that funny. That's good. Other teammates are also finding it amusing. Caption on point wrote fullback Kyle Juszczyk. And GK responded with a couple of laughing emojis followed by a round of applause. Trent Williams chimed in, adding 3 laughing emojis of his own. So most likely there's nothing going on with Trey's arm. There's no fatigue. You know what I always wonder about, though? What is it? Well, you know what? I don't need to ask this question. The media needs to come up with something, just like we're talking about this tonight. There's nothing else to talk about. So, and I know we should be talking about how great Trey Lance's every pass is and how he got up this morning and had a sneeze. But that's boring, too. These are not things. We got to wait till camp opens up and see some action, right? So in the meantime, just making time to hang out. That's all there is to it. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, the 49ers have given other teams permission to renegotiate JG's contract. That's a newbie. Believe me when I tell you, though, the only reason we're talking about Jimmy G again is today's national media wants. That's all they want to talk about right now. Starting with my favorite guy, Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, of whom believes the Texans are waiting in the wings for Jimmy G's services. Why he thinks that, I can't imagine. Okay, as I look around at this situation, why would the Texans want Jimmy G? They've already got 2 quarterbacks over there. Davis Mills didn't look all that bad. He's a rookie. He came in not bad at all. He needs time to grow. You can bring Jimmy G in for what? Texans aren't it's not like the Texans are contending at the moment, and all they are is a veteran quarterback away. And then there's NFL Network Tom Pelissero said the league expects Garoppolo to be traded by the end of the month. The most recent media members to chime in, Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, who went as far as saying Jimmy Garoppolo has become underrated saying, quote, I agree. The Jimmy Garoppolo cannot be anywhere near as bad as some people are saying. Nowhere near. And at the same time, he's probably not as good, maybe, as I think he is. Somewhere in the middle, though, Jimmy Garoppolo is there. Money's going to come into it because where we are in the calendar. He goes on to say, I think Jimmy has become underrated. He's been in the NFC Championship 2 out of the last 3 years. How a quarterback can get there in any kind of luck is erroneous. There's no way to make that happen 2 out of 3 years. But the shoulder obviously screwed up the timing. When you have a shoulder injury that could screw that up, screw up that 1 year for sure. He's going to be tough to move, so he has to prove he can throw. And the word is that Jimmy's been out throwing about 2 or 3 weeks anyway. I'm sure Jimmy's anxious to get out of town, and because he doesn't want to be part of this now. I'm sure he doesn't. When I think about it, would you? I wouldn't. So what's interesting is, and I think this has gone a little underreported, this is according to Breer, the Niners have been 100% willing to let other teams come in and talk to Jimmy's camp about renegotiating his number. It's different than Baker Mayfield, as you know, because Baker was guaranteed. Baker's was guaranteed. None of Jimmy's money is guaranteed. And so he goes on to say, I think a lot of what happens with Jimmy is going to come down to how do you thread the needle if you're Jimmy, do I want to start somewhere else, which I'm sure he does. I want to get what I'm worth. Easy to believe, but I also understand there's not going to be a team out there with the cash or cap flexibility to give me what's on my contract right now, particularly not at this particular point. To me, once he's able to throw, is there a team out there that's willing to renegotiate his number down? And is Jimmy willing to negotiate his number down? Are the Niners willing to take on some of the money to sort of buy back a draft pick? There's an interesting question. I don't think the Niners want anything to do with paying out any more money. This is why there is that slim possibility that we're going to have this distraction into camp. There are a lot more moving pieces with Jimmy's situation than people realize. He goes on to say, I think he's better. He's a better player than people realize, too. It'll be interesting to see whether the Niners wait a couple of weeks into camp and it turns into there's an injury somewhere. I think most people believe that is what they're waiting for to make a deal. If some camp desperately calls the 49ers, all right, we'll take Jimmy. What do you want? You have to call in with an attitude? You're getting a good quarterback here. You're probably going to start winning. That's what he does. So we give you give me a second round pick. What? All right, give me a third. You got to play that game, right? Or somebody isn't happy with their quarterback situation, and now all of a sudden you have a home for Jimmy. There's a lot to take in, and Breer is likely spot on about the multiple moving parts involving Garoppolo. He throws out the possibility of Jimmy being on the roster into training camp as well. But that, even I agree that's going to be a distraction. The 49ers are serious about Trey Lance starting this year. Then let's clear the table off. Let's not have anything more than a focus on Trey. There's a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of throwing he needs to do between now and opening day. He needs to get out there and build his confidence up. Because Sudfeld could get 2 or 3 throws a day. That's fine. I don't even know what they're going to do with the irrelevant player draft pick of the year, though. So it's now it's all about, man. It's all academic from here. I don't know what. This is weird, but we'll see. We got 2 more weeks of wait on this to see, what happens. So. Yeah, one of the guys keeps giving me a hard time about Drake. Was that Closard 49? Yeah, D Ford. Why is nobody talking about D Ford? See, this is why I'm saying, the money with the 49ers, they haven't paid. Debo's still waiting. Jesus Christ. What are you doing, Niners? D's got to be smoking hot. There's an article out there, too, saying D doesn't really care for the quarterback situation that's going on right now in San Francisco either. The media's just going wild. I think they're just throwing random shots out there to see what bites, Because that kind of thing was going to get a click, right? You want to know if what they said about Debo. So it's crazy. Anyway, let us go to the phone and see what's going on with you. Oh, God. Oh, no. I already talked to him yesterday on Twitter, too. It's Bryant. Bryant, come on in.
Thanks for having me, Ronbo. I so appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.
I'm one of your big. I can't say I'm the biggest fan, but I'm one of your biggest fans. I always like calling it.
Thanks.
So you want to announce it, or can I? I want you to announce it because I want everybody to know that you're behind this. This is something that I totally came up with. No one asked you about it. It was my idea, but with your support, if you want, go ahead and just kind of talk to the fans out there.
No, Brian, this is your idea. I'm delighted. I
All
don't
right,
know that I couldn't have imagined
all
that
right,
coming up, but you did. So
all right.
go right ahead.
All right. Well, good. Thank you very much. If the faithful is listening tonight, in the most humble words, if you love Rombo and you feel like supporting this foundation, this fundraiser, I've started a GoFundMe account for a new fat head for Rombo's backdrop. And
Yeah,
this is something that we haven't decided yet. This is totally up to Rombo, but he might want to put a fan poll in and decide who's going to go up next to the goat back there. Everybody knows Joe's the goat. I personally would like to see Steve up there or Jerry, maybe Gore. If anybody else has anything that they would like to throw out
yeah.
there
Make
as
that stipulation.
idea.
No more current players. No more current. I'm done buying jerseys and fatheads. No current players. Because you know what? You bring them in and it could be gone within God knows a year or 2 years. So yeah.
And again, this is no dig at Jimmy or anything that he's ever done or anything. And this isn't changing your show or anything. But if Jimmy does leave, our team, you are going to have to replace the backdrop.
Maybe a blank
So
spot.
what we're trying to do
Yeah.
is there will be a blank spot with with a little angel ring, right? A little
Yeah.
halo.
Yeah. A
No,
tombstone.
but
Yeah.
but he is appreciated for what he's done, but it does look like he's getting closer and closer that he might be departing. And if he doesn't depart, well, hey, we might have one more season, but eventually you'll still have to replace that,
Yeah.
fat head
Yeah.
back there.
He's
So
yeah. He's gonna have to and that's why I say from
if you
now
don't have a
on.
problem, yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah. Yeah,
it's got to be
I'm
retired
thinking
players.
Jerry Rice would be the guy, because like him and Montana did things, him and Young did things.
He,
Jerry's he's like the goat, right? So you got
he is the guy.
dual goats would be the thing I'd want to do. Anybody else is
I, I just want to do the fundraiser. So if anybody wants to, donate, I'm gonna post it on my Twitter account. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook. If anybody wants to support it, all proceeds are going to Rombo, whatever Rombo chooses for his backdrop. I just want it to, 'cause honestly, you shouldn't just throw Jimmy away, but I want you to, ceremoniously, however you want to do it, put Jerry up there if you want to. And I think that'd be a great idea.
yeah, yeah. And you understand the reason why Jimmy's up there is because I respect what he did. I respect that he brought us back to relevance overnight. Being in the Super Bowl conversation for the last 2 out of 3, well, last 4 years actually, and being actually at the door and in it once, I'll always appreciate Jimmy Garoppolo, and I got no shame about it. I think he was awesome, and what he
I
endured
bought
this last year, I'm like, I tip my hat to him. That's amazing because most quarterbacks wouldn't have done all that. So yeah, yeah. Asking me
he
to,
definitely said he was. Yeah, he definitely showed he was tough this year. I mean, there were some moments where he didn't maybe play as well as we wanted him to, but he held in there.
yeah.
And
And
I don't
and
want to,
Brian, and
but
Brian, as I say, with the hand he had torn up and a shoulder injury too, I have no idea what people expected in that condition. I want to see how many quarterbacks can play like that and get to the NFC Championship game and almost win it. I mean, to me, that's saying something.
he almost come close. We almost had 2 rings with him. I own 3 jerseys. I got Lily a jersey, Tony a jersey, me a jersey. I was sold, but then, once again, just his time maybe has come in San Francisco, and it
Sure.
might be sad for a lot of us, but when you are ready to take him down, this GoFundMe account is going to be maybe a little earlier than what his departure is. But I just want you to be ready for when that day does come. You can have a fat show, and you know put up the new goat, Jerry, if that's what you want. And if it's okay with you, I'll put my Twitter account, in the chat. And if anybody wants to, post it, or if you want me to, I don't know how to do it necessarily, but we'll share it to your page if you want to share it too. But once again, all proceeds is going to Ronbo Sports, the Ready and Go Radio. The goat.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
All right.
All right.
Hey, I'm going to get off and let everybody else get on. And hey, let's not have a Jimmy bashing party tonight.
For
Let's
once,
talk about
the disrespect just really is annoying, but it is what it is, and some people are going to hate him because he missed a throw or two, so
I mean,
anyway, but
But
thanks.
seriously, let's have special teams or something talk tonight, like table of pepper.
Yeah.
Long snapping isn't easy, right? All right. Hey,
Yeah, well,
you
that's
have a
the
good
thing,
night,
Brian. There's nothing going on
Yeah.
right now, really. We got another couple of weeks to go to come up with things to talk about just to hang out. So, yeah, that's the
That's
case.
what's funny about this whole speculation and everything right now. Now nothing's going on, and now they're going to start talking about Jimmy again. All of a sudden, he started throwing like 3 weeks ago when there was, a little bit to talk about, but they didn't want to use that to talk about at the moment. So it's like everything is feeding to the media, and the more the media hypes this, it's going to be really fun, But something's going to happen.
And they're gonna start in on Trey, like the fatigued arm. Where'd that come from?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're already hating on him, whether or not he's, going to be good or he's not going to be good or, whatever. They're already hating on him. And that's really getting really weird because for whatever reason, there's a lot of hate on him. There's a lot of people are doubting him.
Quarterbacks, they're lightning rods for, criticism. And that means if you don't come out and you're not absolutely perfect, and we do it, I was laughing because I was looking at the game against the Dallas Cowboys. Jimmy missed Ayuk, right? That one throw. He was hitting Ayuk all day long. But what do people remember? All they remember is that one missed throw. Well, the people that don't like him, that's all they talk about. And and this is going to happen when Trey comes in next year. This is not a trend amongst us that's going to stop. People are going to be, 49er fans included, are going to be all over Trey. Every time he makes a mistake, if we should lose a game or anything like that, it's going to be all over him. So we actually should be used to it. I should be used to it.
Well, that's the one thing that right now is really, I want Trey to start. I want to see the Niners, he wasn't maybe my pick. I thought he would be a really good quarterback. I thought he should come to the Niners if they were going to choose any of the three that they were talking about choosing. Trey with one interception out of his rookie year, or whatever in college. I'm thinking, hey, that's good stats. Let's bring him in. If they're going to pick anybody, and those are the ones they're saying that they're speculating about, yeah, that's the guy, right? Not Mac Jones, not Trevor Lawrence, not Fields, but that Trey Lawrence. Trey Lance, that's the guy. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. And then they go ahead and draft him. So I was like, wow, that's the guy that I was kind of thinking, might be cool, right? I'm not saying that he was my pick. I like Zach Wilson, but he was the Niners pick. So besides that, so now with all the hate coming in with him, because and it's going to be really hard because if he doesn't play up to what Jimmy's got us to, this team right now is back. If we don't make the playoffs, if we don't get to the championship, then they're going to say he's a bust. And if for whatever reason the O-line doesn't block for him or whatever, everybody think about this too. And I don't want you to think I'm being mean or anything like that. But if Trey has better stats than Jimmy, but fails to win games, whose fault is that? Is it going to be the team overall? Is it going to be like just some weird intangible? Is it going to be like some luck thing or something like that? Because right now, we don't know because he hasn't played. So for the hate to say he's going to be bad or, we don't know yet. But, if he's our quarterback, I'm rooting for him, and I'm all behind him.
And
that's what I got to say.
You should. There is no quarterback out there that's going to come out there and be 100%, mistake-free on every toss. If people are looking for that, it's never going to happen. There is no quarterback that does that. They're human. There's going to be mistakes, and it doesn't necessarily have to always be them. It could be the receiver, it could be the offensive line, it could be many things, and it can be him too. But you're still not going to get perfection. If you win the game, you should be at least a little happy about that. Critique whoever you want to, but don't go to extreme with that, is my thing.
Yeah, and that's really, I wanted to say that pass that Jimmy threw to Kittle in the beginning of the Packer playoff game this last year that he totally missed. It was like the first or second quarter. Kittle missed it. But if you would have made it, then people, the narrative might have been a little different, But once again, it's both players. It's wide receiver and quarterback that have to make the catch, or tight end, or running back. It's two people that have to make the catch and at the throw. So if one
Team
person doesn't
sport.
deliver, another person adds up for it. And makes up the difference. It's a team, like you said. But hey, my favorite team once again is the Niners and Ronbo. I'm gonna throw that Twitter account in the chat if anybody wants to help. I'm gonna stay in the chat and I'll be talking to everybody tonight. But hey, once again, thank you for all you do. And Lily says shout out to MC, and we hope he's doing good. And stay faithful, everyone. Good night.
Thanks, Brian. Always appreciate you. My best to the family too. All right. Oh, we'll back. We'll think about Friday. Let's see what's going on. All right. I'll see you soon. Okay. Have a great night, fam. There is Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here.
I'm here.
Well, Pop.
What's
now,
up, Ronbo? What's up, production?
Well, we're looking at the date coming up on the end of the month here. We're looking for Jimmy to vacate the premises. And the 49ers have said, listen, if any team wants to talk to Jimmy, please come on in, talk to him. We're open to anything. I don't know where this is going. And then you got the fatigued arm, which is fun. Pop, by the way, if you know anything, what does that mean? I didn't hear about this turn until a few years ago when Kaepernick was supposedly suffering from a fatigued arm.
It's kind of a new thing as far as like how they're it and what's new about it is how the media is reporting it.
Yeah.
And the media is doing a very poor job of reporting it. And the reason why they are is that you have a lot of people saying things about this kid who's only 22.
Mm-hmm.
But
just made it. Just made 22.
They haven't seen him throw. Him throw. Like all the people who watch him, the Mamiokos, the Jack Hammers, the Grant Cones, none of them have ever said anything about him missing time or this, that, the other. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, to me, it's like you're getting third-party information via the media. And it's just like, they gotta have ratings. They gotta have something to talk about, right? It's like no matter who they talk about, this quarterback class will be talked about. And at the forefront of this quarterback class, the most dramas in San Francisco. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think the 49ers care about the drama. They don't.
They've
because
proven that.
they're not going through it. They're not going through it. We're going through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Good
the
point.
fan base. It's the media stirring things up. It's like, you watch, if you watch any program on television, they'll start arguing about who's going to win a Super Bowl first, Mac Jones or Trey Lance and that, the other.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For all we know, none of them win a Super Bowl.
Like, no, because people don't go to the Super Bowl every year just because they got drafted in the first round either. Yeah, so yeah, you're right.
I had one guy, he was like arguing up and down about how he calls Mac Jones. What does he call him? He calls him baby goat. He calls him baby goat.
No, he doesn't. Get it? You made that up. There's no way anybody's calling him that. Really?
No. I swear to God, baby goat. But the reality is, baby goat's last 5 starts, if you take actually his last 6 starts, you take away one game where he put up like 50 points against the scrubby Jacksonville Jaguars. Take away that one game.
Yeah.
Take away that one game. His last 5 games that he played in, he had a record of 1-4, 58% passing, averaged 191 yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, pass rating 69. That's his last 5 games. And some fool is calling him baby goat. And then there was another fool who basically said, well, he's doing a quarterback pyramid, and he puts Trey Lance above the last tier of quarterbacks. And Trey hasn't done anything yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they're both fools on both ends of the spectrum. But, that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, the bottom line is, we got Trey Lance. The fans need to do what the locker room's doing right now, which is getting behind them. The alumni is getting behind them, except for Joe Montana, but we all know why. He's still salty, And the reality is that, a lot of us, a lot of us are going to get behind this kid, and we just have to be patient. We can't sit there and critique every pass. You can't do that. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
But there will be a large contingent of people doing that. Those are the people I try to avoid them because they're kind of strangely stupid, but they do, and they will. They don't understand it's the entire body of work that you judge, not the one or two errant throws. If they were all errant throws, okay, but you pick out this, and this just to hate, and I call it hate because that's what it is. And that's exactly. Trey's gonna have to go through that as well. There's no escape.
And I don't know, like I said, maybe there's something we don't know, but the 49ers, are pretty high on their new starting offensive line.
That worries me though. Well, it really does. I can't wait to see him so I can relax about that.
Well,
because you and I both know an offensive line needs time to build continuity. That's what scares me. These guys, we got two guys that know each other on that line. That's really worrisome.
I think continuity comes from games happen, right? But continuity comes from the meeting rooms, the practice time, being together.
It takes time to build that.
Outside of the football field, that's where the continuity comes in. And on Sundays, you have to execute with that continuity. You see what I'm saying? It's not like they're just plugging and playing some guys that got off the street, like some teams have to do. It's like we all know that the defensive players are more athletic and more explosive. And, it just so happens that, the 49ers' new center, Brendo, he's apparently a very athletic offensive lineman, like really like he can pull from the center position. Like he's really athletic. Like Trent Williams is pretty high on him. Mm-hmm. We know that we got a second round pick in Banks. To me, I think he's probably a question mark. But I have probably more faith in him than I do Brunskill. But for some reason, Brunskill can block Aaron Donald, which I don't understand.
It's one of those matchup things. It's all. Yeah, he can't block others, but he can deal with Aaron. And there's any number of reasons. If you watch it, we could probably break it down. It could be anything from height to pad level to weight difference. Some of these things are all factors. But Aaron Donald, you would think it wouldn't be, but obviously there's something wrong there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think that's where I think the conversation, should be. We already know that Jimmy won't even play the first two games of the season. So, Trey is going to start. He's taking all the first team reps. To me, it's the end of story. I don't care if he's better than Mac Jones. I just want the 49ers to win. That's what I care.
Yep. That's what we should be caring about. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean,
winning the game is what's important.
And I truly believe that if we had a little bit better quarterback room, a little bit better quarterback play, I do believe that we probably would have at least one Super Bowl right now. And again, this is not me putting everything on Jimmy because, again, the 49ers, they emphasize the defensive line. And the only offensive lineman that they've drafted in the first round, I don't think he's that good, which is McGlinchey. Mm-hmm. I think McGlinchey is an average right tackle. I think he would probably work just fine. Go ahead.
So, Pop, you believe then that Aaron Rodgers taken and put in place where Jimmy was in these last two efforts at the championship game and Super Bowl level, you believe Aaron Rodgers would have won at least one, if not both, then?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that they give I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that he would have given the 49ers a better chance to win. Just because, again, he has a better touchdown interception ratio, and he can challenge any part of the field, and he can extend plays. These are a lot of the traits that Trey has, but he doesn't have experience. And you only get experience by playing. It's like, I know people harp on this whole college thing, like he intended to sit out because of COVID. But the reality is that that's in the past.
I thought the program was
That's
shut down.
No. They shut the program down for COVID. What I'm trying to say is that was out of his power. You know what I mean? So it's like, Michael Vick, I think he played like a season, and I think Michael Vick and Cam Newton are like two of the quarterbacks that played the least amount of games and started before trade, right? So those two guys didn't have a big, what you call it. As a matter of fact, Mac Jones only started 2 seasons. Yeah. But he came from Alabama, right? Which is like, Alabama can beat the Bears. I'm just saying, that's how the Bears are.
You're trying to summon Michael out of Chicago.
No, I'm not trying to summon him.
But you did it by accident, right? He didn't mean to, Mike.
No, Mike. Mike, please don't call in again, Mike. I'm sorry. You're right. The Bears beat the 49ers by like 30 points, right? Because they just got McCary. They got McCary from New England, so it's game, set, match, dude. Anyway, as I was saying, it's like, there's lots of things to talk about. Obviously, we have some issues. Did you see Hufanga jump over somebody's head and dunk a basketball?
I'm gonna go look it up though.
You see that floating around?
No, I've not seen that yet. I'd love to see that.
He is an explosive, freaky athlete.
I mean, those are hops. You can't even practice that. That has to be. You have to have that kind of hop in you. To come over somebody's body and up to the rim and then slam it. That's athleticism.
It wasn't like one of those like 6 foot like little bitty forward like little point guard slam dunks. It was like a barely dunk. It was like with authority. So you gotta check that out. So yes. There's a lot of question marks, but that's what the off season's for. Do I think Jimmy G's a distraction? Yeah, I mean for the fans, everybody's trying to predict where it's going. The media's all trying to predict where it's going. And the reality is
nobody knows where he's going.
We don't know. If there's places he should go. Because I do believe that better than quite a few quarterbacks that are playing right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, but that ship has already sailed, and nobody's going to pick up a quarterback now that I got to pay this amount of money, and he knows nothing about what we're doing. The program is already set up. They're getting ready to go to practice.
Well, remember though, he does fit the offensive scheme of Atlanta, New England, Texans, and
he's probably coming to catch on pretty fast. They're going to have to wait till some quarterback gets hurt, though. So, then, of course, yeah.
You've had one massage too many, Mr. Sean. One too many.
I think
kept at 23.
You've been
okay with it.
Maybe 10 or 15. You had to get up into 20s. Oh, my goodness. I thought there was lying about the number for a while. And come to find out, Deshaun ain't denying it. Really?
No, he's not. Oh, man. Lord. Oh. I swear to God.
Hey, Pop, what his mama called him? Boy, I didn't raise you like that. Mama, you know what, Mama? I'm listening to me. I'm your mama.
No, you don't. It was like Mom, he's like, all 74 of those women are lying.
Yeah. That's the best thing to do. But you can't lie to your moms. Moms know when you're lying, God, poor Deshaun.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Hey, Ronbo, again, thanks for the platform, man.
Hey.
Shout out to production. Shout out to the Niner faithful, all the folks in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed and support Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, fam. So when I come in to make noise, you'll know I'm looking for you. Thanks, Pop. Tell you what, I'm looking for you. I'm not sure about Friday. I need something besides Jimmy to talk about. It's getting tiresome. Maybe Debo will get paid this weekend. Now that would be fun to talk about. Yes,
that would be nice. But I'm not optimistic, man.
Nobody is.
I want to be optimistic, but it's like you really don't know because the 49ers do things so different.
And quiet.
They're so backward about it. That's what I'm saying. It's like I wouldn't put them past them to be like, well, we own your contract, right? So if you play for us, play for nobody. And then next year we'll franchise you.
Oh, Debo would have hate pumping through his veins, and you'd see his veins bulging.
Yeah, I think
Oh, he'd be mad.
if there's any distraction right now, I think that the Devo situation is a bigger distraction than Jimmy,
Yeah.
because we already know was gone.
Yeah.
So
Let's get into that next time, No Pop. I'll look for you shortly. We can't do a show without Pop.
you got it,
All right,
Ron.
fam.
All
Have a
right,
great
man.
night. Thanks.
You too.
And as I mentioned to Pop, as he carelessly went through his rant about Chicago, Michael shows up almost on cue. This is for entertainment's sake because we're not doing anything else. So I guess
Michael, I'm sorry.
Mike, yeah.
Please leave us alone. We don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you.
He's got the
Please
evil
God.
villain laugh.
Papa, shout out to you real quick because I'm a huge wrestling fan myself.
Yes.
You got a good Stone Cold impression.
You know that. Look at hell, yeah.
If you want to see this jackass, get off the phone. Give me a hell yeah in the chat.
Somebody throw him a beer. You know, Mike, this is what's so fun about this program in the off season. We just go off into tangents in all different directions, you know. What I'm trying to do as we head toward week one of practice is keep it lighthearted and make the jokes keep coming. Trey, that's your cue because Trey from VA is one of the biggest comedians on the planet. I'm looking for him to come in here and start some trouble. But Mike, your time. Mike, what's on your mind?
I believe Papa Dragon already brought this up about the Bears trading about N'Keal Harry yesterday.
Oh yeah, you did look him up. Yeah.
Championship.
Actually, when I first heard the news, I'm like, what did we give up to trade for him? That was basically my reaction. What did we give up?
What did you?
I know what you gave up. You guys gave up a victory.
That sounds.
Yeah,
he's taking a page out of Jersey Joe's book. Go ahead.
I basically just asked, what do we trade? And someone just said like a 7th-round pick. I'm like, yeah, that's not really. It was kind of worth it because if he doesn't work out, at least we get up a 7th-round pick just for them.
That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep.
Wait, Mike, you get a 7th-round pick, or you gave up a 7th-round pick?
We gave up a 7th-round pick for N'Keal Harry.
Oh, that's steep.
You know, Mike.
A 7th round next year?
In 2024.
you know, okay, listen,
Hey,
you know what?
Ronbo,
That's a good deal. Yeah.
He might be worth more than Jimmy, Ronbo.
Well, it sounds like it. But Mike, listen, here's the thing. Give me your evaluation of Mrs. Harry's baby boy, N'Keal. I mean, do you think he's a good football player?
I looked at his highlights, believe it or not. He did not. He was. I kind of looked at his history, and he was the wide receiver that was taken, and the Patriots passed on Debo Samuel, currently on the 49ers.
Wait a minute. Are they in the same year?
Yeah, the same year.
Oh, but because they got him at the tail end of the first round. I didn't realize. I forgot all about that. But you know what? Honestly, and to be fair, N'Keal Harry was pure hell at Arizona.
Yep. He was pure, and it's. I think I might get like backfire from this, but it's it might be a little bit of a thing that he wasn't used right on the Patriots scheme, the Patriot way.
No, that's possible.
But he did.
It's possible.
Yeah, because some systems don't fit a wide
Not
receiver. Yeah, not everybody. And N'Keal Harry is still young. You know, he's 24 years old. You know, he's barely through his rookie contract. So I don't think the Bears will pick up his 5th-year option. So I don't think it's bad as Bears fans make it out to be. I mean, at the end of the day, you get up a 7th-round pick.
Mike, pretty much Bears fans are sobbing about this transaction.
Bears, they're pissed.
Oh,
Yeah.
The reason why Bears fans are pissed is because they really wanted their team to go after players to help out Fields. You know what I'm saying? So they want playmakers. So I mean, the best way to help out a young quarterback is to get a wide receiver that's got a large catch radius that can catch just about anything you throw at him, and that doesn't seem to be Harry's game. But we'll see.
Well, Mike,
And
what are you
the
expecting
thing-
then from N'Keal Harry?
I'm expecting him. Well, he's probably going to make the starting lineup because we just have Mooney, Pringo, and the number 3 should be Velus Jones Jr. But N'Keal Harry has potential to be in the starting lineup because there's basically he's not going to beat out Mooney. I pretty much can guarantee you he's not going to beat out Mooney for that number 1 spot. He might beat out Pringo for the number 2 spot, but he most likely will be a number 3 for the Bears. And if it works out, then we revived his career. If it doesn't, then hey, at least you didn't give up like a 4th or a 5th or maybe even a 6th round.
7th round pick that's not a pain. You know though is what you guys picked up a wide receiver years ago, and I'm sure you haven't gotten over him yet. That became a journeyman. He came out of the combine. He looked like he was going to be the next big thing. Jesus, what was his name? The wide receiver,
Kevin White.
That's the guy. Yeah, Kevin was looking. Oh man, this dude is gonna wear the league out. He's big. He's extremely strong. He's got hands. I mean, who's gonna deal with this dude? And several years later, oh no.
Hey, Mike, who is the new head coach for the Bears?
Matt Everflus.
It doesn't matter what his name is.
Oh yeah, you're also a Rock fan. I see. You're also a Rock fan. I see.
Mike, you're not a Rock fan? I'm telling you.
I am a Rock fan.
I'm trying to think of all the WWE superstars, who is my favorite? I keep gravitating toward The Rock. I love Stone Cold. I almost put them neck and neck, and then everybody else falls in line afterward for me.
Yeah, I always imagine giving somebody a Stone Cold Stunner, and like giving somebody a beer, and then chug it, and then they give them a stunner, and they wind up spinning it out. That WrestleMania.
And you gotta love the Undertaker. God, those guys, they just don't have that breed of wrestler anymore. These guys are technically good wrestlers now, but they don't know how to talk trash. The original crew that made the WWE on the map, they could talk major. Bret Hart. Bret Hart wasn't so much, but what's the guy who he could barely talk? Hey, Mean Gene, let me just put this. Mean Gene, don't interrupt me. Oh, well, hey, you always call him the guy that died, Randy Savage. Savage used to kill me because you're sitting there watching Savage talk and you're straining along with him as he's trying to talk. Jesus, Randy, just sit down. I'm sorry, Mike. Look at what else you want to add here to your trade.
Now again, you guys got a new coach. You got a new offensive system. You got a new wide receiver coming in there. What's your outlook for this year? What is your prediction for the record of the Chicago Bears this year?
Well, considering we didn't sign too many big names, it's probably going to be at best a 9-win season.
That's very optimistic.
I knew he was going to say that.
I would have to.
Poppy has a right to believe in his team. Okay, don't do that, Pop.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what? Yeah. True story. I met Steve Mariucci on the field when he was coaching the Lions, and I asked him. I said, Coach, what are you guys going to do this year? What's the record going to be? What's your prediction? And he looked at me, he leaned in, and he quietly whispered to me. He said, 16-0.
Are you sure that wasn't Don Burr?
Guys, we're time's up. We got.
Everybody thinks they're going to win 16-0.
That's why I said it was that Don Burr. Guys, let's go ahead and. Michael, great to hear from you as usual. You become a part of this group. We love it. And Pop, you guys have a great night. We're going to move on.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Papa Dragon. First time interacting with you. Well, not literally, but at first a conversation between you. You always are welcome on my channel known as the Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. I always.
Oh no.
So,
Dude, stop it, Pop.
anyways,
Go ahead, Mike.
I have something to say to every 49ers fans, including Niner by nature, who's a Trey Lance lover. Acknowledge me.
He forgets. Guys, we're gonna, and Pop, say goodnight. Mike, we'll see you next time. Good night, Pop.
Good night.
What?
We're move over now. Let's go to E. Hey, E.
What's going on, Big Ronbo?
Hey, man, we're sitting around here. We're looking at the situation with Jimmy Garoppolo as it culminates and comes around the final turn before we go into the tape. And now I understand that the 49ers have decided, listen, anybody that wants to talk to Jimmy's camp, call him up. We have no issue with it. We'll say nothing about tampering. Believe us. If you can make a deal with him, we're fine with that. You know, E, I don't see anybody making a deal with Garoppolo. What I do see, though, is Garoppolo finally walking in about, maybe 2.5 weeks. Absolutely free. And we can't even get a N'Keal Harry for him.
I ain't gonna say I want N'Keal Harry though. I mean, I don't even know how you think that.
All right, good. I mean, he needs to get some love. Why?
Why? I mean, why is he? I mean, was he about to get kicked off the team, or what we about to do with him?
No, N'Keal got traded out of the Patriots got rid of N'Keal, and they sent him to Chicago for even colder weather. N'Keal, coming out of Arizona, is probably thinking, what I got to do to get someplace where I can actually not have to wear 4 or 5 sweaters and a coat, you know? So, you know, N'Keal went from New England to Chicago.
Because I like the crowd, and I like my boy Ray Ray, so he can go to he stay in Chicago where it's cool.
You know, watch N'Keal Harry probably finally. I don't know what the problem was, though, because N'Keal Harry is a good football player. You know, you've watched his highlights. I agree with you. That's not a bad ball player. I don't know what happened to him with Belichick, and it could be the cold weather. I'm joking, but maybe that was an issue with him.
Yeah, the cold weather could be the system, could be the people you playing around. Like I said, it takes all 52, 53 people on the roster to a lot of times make things happen.
And he may not be crazy about clam chowder, you know. But, you know, now he can go get deep dish pizza in Chicago, you know. So he's got...
That pizza might get him started.
You know? Root for him, because I got to tell you, I ain't no shame in it. I wanted N'Keal Harry that year out of the draft. I said, ooh, this dude can play. Look at him as a monster. The dude was a physical specimen, too. And I says, man... Big Show liked him too. Big Show's the one who told me about him, and I was checking his highlights. I said, "Damn, okay."
N'Keal Harry's not fast though, Ronbo. He's the tall guy, right?
Yeah, he's a big dude. Period. I mean, he's tall and thick.
He need, is it?
Him, you know what? He's like Jawan Jennings, but bigger and stronger. But I think they're the same kind of ball player.
Like I said, we wanted that fast guy, like the guy who you said did the accident from the Raiders. Oh, but we didn't get
Henry. Yeah, Henry made me. That's so sad. What a waste.
McLeod and Ray, great, because they're gonna beat our speedsters, and we got Debo and Ayuk in the middle. Harry is too big to kind of. That's a Kittle spot. We don't want Harry because Kittle like the middle.
That's right. And Debo does too. Debo goes back and forth. Debo can be in the middle. He can be downfield a bit. He can be any number of places. You want N'Keal Harry getting in the way. You're right. But Jawan Jennings is going to be doing that, though, to some degree, because he earned a spot.
They say he's breaking away from defenders and he's playing real good. I mean, that's what they say. I want to see it. They said this preseason he's stepping up.
Yeah, nobody got no pads on. You got to take that stuff. You can enjoy it, but don't take it too serious just yet.
Ain't nobody got no pads on. You can get hit in the mouth yet.
Makes a whole lot of difference. Slows you down. Impact can you have your bell rung a couple of times. You get up. You still feel good about practice. All right, get up. Let's go.
You trying to fight instead of do the run. You trying to make a pass. You trying to fight the cornerback.
Got the coach yelling, guys, this is just practice. We remember, everybody knows each other out here. Let's work to get better, not work to put each other in the hospital. Because you still, when you're playing ball, every now and then things get out of hand. Remember that year that Jimmy Ward got hurt making a play with no pads on? He forgot he didn't have none on. I said, Jimmy, that's the way it is when you play football. You just get crazy out there.
So it's a man against man. It's mono against mono. I got to win to win. Point blank.
And I take pride in lighting you up. There's something about lighting another man up.
I don't like getting lit up. I know that. So I know, right?
Usually when you get lit up like that, you thought you had it. I got this. Come on in here. Yeah, you got to bring ass to get ass. I mean, you're talking all kind of trash out there, right? And then he brought ass and knocked yours out. Yeah, okay. You still want to talk? Let me help you up. You all right? Get off me, man. It gets all nasty out there. Football is crazy.
What is good this season? What's going on this season? I meant to talk to you about something, and I forgot it that quick. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I just got interrupted.
Jimmy there. No problem. Jimmy G, I think, like I said, we're going to get rid of Jimmy. Not get rid of him. We're going to stop that talking, just calm down with the Jimmy. I think Debo. That's what I think Debo might be.
Why did they haven't paid him? It's midway through July, and Debo's probably still sitting at home mumbling to himself. They think they're going to pay me my money. They gonna make. I got news for them. They don't think I'm a player out there that I ain't gonna get paid, because if they come talking to me about we own your contract and shit, I'm gonna tell you right now. Can you see Debo's wife? Honey, you need to calm down. You're scaring the baby.
He said something. They said he had a show where they asked him, I didn't get, nobody talked to me yet, or nobody said, gave me a call yet.
And I wish he wouldn't. Don't address that question. Just say, his agents, I don't know how much control his agent has over his decisions, but his agent, listen, Debo, I wish you'd avoid the contract talks, because what people do is they spin it, they take it to make it usable on social media, and they want to put out there things that are going to sell. So anything you say, and Debo's already had to defend himself a couple of times about things he did not say or do. That little signing that he was doing recently, they made that into a mockery. Every time Debo does something, he's high profile. They put him in.
Take a picture, take a picture.
Yeah, man.
Take a picture.
Yep. And then write a story.
Yeah, about nothing.
So, it gets, I feel sorry for him, though. He wants to get his money. And I don't think he's being as rambunctious as the media is trying to make him out to be. And they're not. He's not. And I'm sure John's called him and told him. I don't. He says they haven't, but still.
They did make a point, and I didn't like, because, I love Debo because he's a 49er. He did very good this year. Mm-hmm. They were saying maybe he wasn't asking for too much to be the number one receiver paid. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. He said maybe the numbers is a little bit too high.
Mm-hmm. I saw ranking. Debo's ranked number 9 amongst wide receivers in the NFL. I'm sure Debo doesn't agree with that. I don't really agree with that. Debo's importance to our team, I'd put him up at least at number 3 or 4.
And that's for our team. Like, how, like I said, we value things different than other people might value. Like, they said he is number 9 in receiving yards, but do you really think 9 receivers are better than Debo?
Yeah, no, that's what they meant. They rank him amongst wide receivers in the NFL number 9. He's in the top 10, but he barely makes the top 10, and that's the way they look at him. I don't know what kind of criterion they're using. I'm sure they're using yards, as you mentioned.
I said, do you rank him under 10 or under 5?
No, like we just said, being a 49er fan, I rank Debo no 3 is as low as I'll go. Debo does too much for the 49ers offense. That's why the 49ers need to base their pay on what he does for this offense. And he's straight money.
Because sometimes they say he didn't want to be that wide receiver who runs the ball. They said he went up and asked Shanahan for most of them plays, like give me the ball, especially on the kickoff, something he did. I don't think that was the issue. I think I just need to. This is one of the things was I want to get more money because I am the 9th receiver receiving, but I had 600 and I got 600 yards with rushing. So add all that together, then see how much you want to pay. You know what I mean? That's what I'm worth.
I agree. I agree, and he has every right to think that way too, because his value and it's like George Kittle, because Kyle Shanahan's offense, he seems to like people with multiple talents.
Yeah.
You don't
And
just come in there and do one
and
position.
I like that. If you should be able to go like even on defense. I need you in the box. Sometimes I need you, back in the back zone. In offense, I need you maybe, we need you to run block. We need you to run block. We need you to pass and catch. We need you to catch. You gotta it's good to have people like that because they're hybrid. That's the word for it, hybrid.
Yeah.
Meaning
And you never know when somebody's going to go down. And now you got that guy who can cover the bases for you because he can do any number of things and he does them well.
I can play guard, center, and tackle. Yeah, I need you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple of places.
So we've got they got some decisions to make and try to be fair. And if you're going to draft these kind of people and you're going to go in and you're going to apply that program, then pay them. If that's what you wanted, then you've got to pay for it. If Debo's out there doing two different positions and doing a good job at it, then what do you expect?
It's a business. It's a business.
Yeah,
the general manager or the person who's working for the 49ers is working for the 49ers. They're not working for Debo. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a business. And I get 25. I want to give you 23. That's what it is.
And I understand that kind of negotiation. But if I'm John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan as they go in to talk to Jed and Parag, listen, let's put a little cream on the top here. We got a guy here that can do a number of things very well for us. So we're not going to just lock him into that category of wide receiver, or we're not going to just lock him into the category of tight end, like in the George Kittle case. Even with Fred Warner to some degree, Fred Warner is one of the best coverage linebackers, best coverage people in the league, period. If you got these guys and they can do all these things, I understand it's going to put a strain on the cap, but otherwise, I don't know what you're going to do. They could go other places and get paid, and they're going to do that at some point if they keep having to go through. Debo is going to be gone next year if the 49ers play with him. If they continue to, we own your rights. Well, he's not even going to talk to him next year. Now, they could franchise tag him, but now you got a disgruntled player on your team. You want that? No.
No. I think they're going to sign him. Either it's going to be mid-season or before the season. We definitely going to sign him. I'm going to.
Oh, not mid-season, man. Oh, no, please.
I don't know, don't really doing a GM thing, but it's going to be some time where they said the 49ers wait until a portion of the season, don't get me wrong what it is, to do all that signing like they did Kittle and stuff. So, But
they still signed him in the summer. They didn't wait till September. Yeah, they signed him in August. Fred was signed in July, and George was signed in August. Yeah.
I think they're going to sign him, though. I don't think it's going to take that long to do, but I think he will be signed this year, of course. Yeah. He's not going this next year.
I hope so. Been a pleasure. I'm going to be back. Hopefully, if they have something good going on between now and Friday, I'll be back Friday, or otherwise Sunday. We'll see. But good to hear from you, fam.
Friday. All right, that's what's up. I might run to the store. I might call you right back. But this was a great call.
I enjoyed it myself. Appreciate you, fam.
Niners by life. Niner Nation. Niner Empire. There you go. Niner Empire.
90. There he goes. Split difference. How you like them Jimmy G stats I sent you? Split difference. I enjoyed that. I retweeted it. Thanks. I love me some Jimmy. I got no shame in admitting it. Jimmy Garoppolo, man. That's my dude, man. After we went through what we went through, and all of a sudden everybody talking about 49ers, they could be in contention for the Super Bowl. I love that stuff. I love it. Rakeem Jamani. Oh, Rakeem. What's up? How are you? I just wanted to say what's up. Can I get a... Wait. And Tony Nakatani said to kill Harry wishes he had Jawan Jennings' career so far. Doesn't he though, Tony? And he's made out of that same stuff. I don't know what Nikhil's doing. So yeah, we'll see what happens to him. And there he is. one of those Cowboy fans you can actually appreciate and like. It's Austin. Hey, Austin.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Austin, we're just sitting back here and looking at some of our discomforts. Austin, you know what, though? Since it's fun night to talk to people from other franchises. Well, I know you got some comments about what we're talking about here tonight, but I want you to also tell us what's going on in Dallas. You know, since you're our eyes and ears in Dallas right now.
I mean, there's definitely much to report at the moment there, Rambo.
Aren't you glad? Listen, Austin, that's the thing. Every year, being a 49er fan, we go through endless soap opera. I mean, it starts, if we don't win the Super Bowl, you know, like your team, we got a history of Super Bowl wins, the same amount exactly. So if we don't win every year, we get very uncomfortable. In Dallas, you guys, I don't know, is the feeling the same in Dallas? Are you mad at to Jerry Jones? Is it? Give me a little bit.
Well, Rumble, I'll tell you where my point of view is on that. I'm a little disappointed, you know, when you have one of the more talented teams in the NFL some years, and you get bounced in the first or second round. It's a little frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You know, and
Like
Jerry Jones spent a lot of. How many? You got $100 million wide receiver you just got rid of. You got a couple of linemen that are around that same payday, and then you got Dak, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, I don't know what more we can do. I mean, hey, Ronbo, if Deebo Samuel don't play for y'all, we'll take him.
You know, it would hurt me so bad if I saw Debo putting on a Cowboys uniform. Austin, I'd be so upset. Because, you know, the rivalry between our teams. And I got to look up and see, and that looks like Deebo Samuel's going to break that tackle. If anybody knows about that, it's the 49ers as Deebo goes into the end zone for 6. You know the story behind Deebo. And they go start talking about us. Deebo tried to get paid for the 49ers, and they sort of made him feel like he wasn't wanted. And that's why Jerry Jones picked him up. And I'd be just throwing things at the monitor. I'd have people coming in and contain me. I'd be losing it. You know?
Is he that bad?
I would, because, you know, some of these things can be avoided. And I don't know what we're doing with Debo. He'd help any team he'd go to.
I mean, Ronbo, I think Deebo Samuel, just to piggyback off with in your conversation earlier, I think Deebo Samuel he's a very underrated receiver. I just don't understand what's the weight on paying him his money. Like, do y'all not think he's willing to make the commitment to you guys, or what is it exactly?
Austin, I really wish I could answer that, because the 49ers do this with all their blue chip players so far. And a lot of these guys are getting their first contract. They drafted them, and they should be excited about the fact that they did draft them, and they panned out. So we made George Kittle wait till the very last minute. Almost September, and George Kittle was still waiting to get paid. You had Fred Warner last year. They didn't make Fred wait so long. They paid him in July. You got Debo, and we're heading toward August, and they're not even talking to him according to what he's saying. So, you know, we don't really know why the 49ers intend on doing this. And I don't suspect it doesn't have anything to do with Jimmy. They're going to do this next year with Nick Bosa if they don't sign him this year. This is what they do. And there's nobody knows why they do that.
And Ronbo, it's a little confusing, like Amari Cooper, when we had to pay him, you know, a lot of us Cowboys fans were saying, why don't you pay him? You see Doc's numbers when he's on the field and when he's not. But, you know, Jerry's the same way. He's like, I'm going to make him wait it out.
Yeah. He said, Jerry went public with that comment one time. Him and a bunch of his administrators were having a conversation, and they mentioned how much money that was Amari the last guy to get paid, or was that they were making jokes about Zeke wanting his salary, and they thought that was funny. But then a few minutes later, he went in and paid Zeke what he asked for, and I was shocked. I said, geez, I thought he was serious. So, yeah.
Well, Ronbo, I mean, when we paid Dak, when people saw his salary, people were like freaking out. Like, Dak's not worth that kind of money.
Even Cowboy
I
fans
mean-
know it. I knew it.
Well, Ronbo, if he produces a Super Bowl,
Then he is
we
worth
can
it.
all just, yeah. Just like if Jimmy G produces y'all a Super Bowl, he would be worth whatever y'all are paying him.
Yeah, well, most likely had he won a Super Bowl, we wouldn't be having any conversation about a new quarterback. It'd be him, and yeah, so yeah, it's true. The ring will get you anything you want, but if you haven't got the ring, 40+ million. How much is that getting paid a year annually? 40 what?
He was $40 million last year. This upcoming season, he'll be $84 million. Yeah, it's a big contract.
Well, it's somebody's got to get paid. I guess it's Dak. But you got CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb looks good out there. We'll see what he looks like this year in his second year.
I think he'll be good, Ronbo. I mean, he's a really good catch and run, like catching the screens and running. He was very good at that at Oklahoma.
Oh. He was good last year with the Cowboys. And that's why Amari Cooper probably took a little exception to that, because he was getting, looks like, the lion's share of the throws, too.
Well, that's what I like about our offense, is that we have, when Tony Pollard and Zeke are running the ball really good, we could just throw the screens and we could throw the short stuff because the defense is coming up to stop the run, to fill the box.
Mm-hmm. So
like the 49ers, when they have a good run game, that's what makes Jimmy G so efficient.
Yeah, run game is a quarterback's best friend. Yeah, because now you got that defense guessing, and that's what you want. You don't want them knowing exactly what's going on every snap. If you're running a lot, and come out of play action or just set the run up so it gets that defensive secondary to have to make a decision out there, then now you're playing intelligent football. So that's how it works.
I got one more question before we go, Rambo.
Real quick, because I'm going to have to answer it.
Gonna be a quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my real quick question is: how hopeful are you about how hopeful are you if Trey Lance is the starter?
Okay, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to say goodbye because production's giving me a hard time. But listen, I'll answer that immediately. You just keep listening, okay? All right, Austin. I'll see you shortly. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Ronbo.
Yeah, thank you. Night, Austin. Yeah, I've pretty much been public about Trey. He remains a mystery to me. What I saw last year, I saw glimpses of things that I appreciated, and I saw some things that really kind of worried me. But he's in developmental stage. Now, he's got a big ceiling, high ceiling, so hopefully his potential will be realized. But I'm just wondering how fast that's going to be realized, because for all intents and purposes, the 49ers don't need to have to wait for another championship opportunity. We could have kept Jimmy G if we just want to get back to the playoffs. If he has to maintain that level of play, and I'm not sure if that's expecting too much. So, Austin, I hope that answers your question. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little worried because of the fact that naturally he hasn't any time in the NFL. Really, he didn't really have that much time in college. So it's about reps. There's a lot of ball players are saying the same thing in the NFL. It's time that he needs to put on the field, and in that amount of time, is he going to churn into butter, or is he going to sour in there and just be thrown in the garbage? We're going to see, because all hell is going to break loose. He's going to be put under a test. This is the test of tests this year, because the schedule is brutal. So we're going to find out what he's made of. Hopefully he's made out of the right stuff. Juan Rankin says, I'm sorry, Juwan Rankin. He's like, it's Juwan, am I right? He says, there is a video out there of Trey throwing a football into the clouds. Have you seen it? No, I've not seen that one, but I will look for it though. What is that? A promotional video of some kind? Anyway, hey, thanks, Juwan, for that contribution. Hey, Frank. Frank, come on in, Frank. Man, we could come back to one thing. And there he is. It's Ellis. Ellis. Oh, I hope my phone's okay. Because Ellis usually at least comes in and says, can you come back to me? Let me see if Howard. Hey, Howard, are you home, Howard? Howard, it's anything goes tonight. I was noticing how there was the 49ers have already instructed anybody around the league that wants to go in and talk to Jimmy's camp, go right ahead. We got no problem with that. Again, though, Howard, I don't know where these people get their information from. You look at that report, and you look at the report that you got about Trey's arm, and then you get the report of Debo, who was minding his own business at that signing event. The media is like, you just don't know who's telling you the truth and who's lying. I guess, Howard, we believe what we want to believe. You pick and choose these stories. And I saw that one. I said, good Lord, the 49ers have went desperation mode. Really? They seem like a cool organization, and that would never happen. But the media says, yeah, 49ers have told everybody, you want to come in and talk to Jimmy's camp? Go right ahead. We ain't got no problem with it. Just negotiate something. Just get him the hell up out of here. Howard, what's going on, man? I mean, and anything else you want to mention? You believe this?
Okay. I'm gonna touch on this whole Trey Lance thing. All right, so this whole from Mike Silver and Colin Cowherd, it sounds like rehashed stuff from last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they were saying this before. You know, they was worried about his arm, and then it seems like they're just rehashing what was said last year.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
and Cowherd's daughter. And Cowherd's daughter.
Yeah.
Somebody said he was salty last year to some degree, and that makes sense that they're dragging up stuff because they don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, gotta have a story. Everybody gotta have a lot of engagements, man. So they're gonna hit you with some questionable things. They know this fan base, the 49er fan base, is
very emotional,
riled up.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be paying attention. Like, the so-and-so said this. Is it true? Is it true? As we all know, if it comes from a certain source, we're always thinking of it as gospel, as it's fact, as it comes. Because Colin Cowherd, he's well-respected, I guess you can say.
But he still does what he does to get people worked up. Because you heard me talk to the Dallas Cowboy fan, right? You heard me talk to the Chicago Bears fan, right? Do they sound like they're all upset? I mean, Michael's not happy with N'Keal Harry, but that's not a big deal. And then in Dallas, Austin sounds like everything's fine. But in San Francisco, like every year, we got rage going on. and Howard, think about this for a minute. If you was a Cowboys fan, you ain't mad?
I mean, numb to it already, man. They numb. They numb to it.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to take a real hardcore dig at you, Austin, of the Cowboys. I'm just saying, you guys should be concerned about having stopped at number 5 as well and can't do nothing. That's us, I'm
going to say this. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would definitely be, extremely worried. Maybe not this year, but I'm just like, all right, when are we ever going to win another playoff game? When are we ever going to get to a championship?
Just a playoff game. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, seriously, I feel them. I feel for them. They had some good teams over the years. And, they just didn't measure up.
And Howard, I got to tell you, I got relatives in that area down south, and they're Cowboy fans. They said, "Oh man, nobody paid my Cowboys no mind." I quit being a Cowboys fan when Jerry Jones fired, Jimmy Jones. I said, "Really? But no wonder you don't want to talk no ball no more." Man, the Cowboys ain't going nowhere. I said, you know what? You and me used to argue for hours about them damn boys, and now you tell me this. Oh, so you're right. They have become numb. Most of them, I think.
That's what I think, because it's been a long time since Jimmy Jones been the coach.
Long time.
And nothing else really stuck other than the Parcells era. That's it. And you have Mr. Coach Claps.
Wait, who?
You know who I'm talking about.
Did you say
Mr. 8-8, Coach 8-8?
Oh, that's over in you mean the current coach with the Cowboys?
Yes, he was. Yep. He was the coach for like 10 years, right?
Oh, wait, where's he at?
Gary.
He's over with the Giants now, right? Yeah. You know, it's you know what I don't want though, Howard? What is scary though? We have to win a trophy before the Cowboys do. Or else, oh my Lord. You know, you already got the Rams in here talking, but this will be pale in comparison. Because if them boys, Howard, if they get a trophy and they're 6 to our 5, oh my God.
It's going to be a purge.
Oh.
This coming. They're coming out.
Oh.
They're coming out the woodworks, man. They're coming.
And be lying. I ain't never stopped being a Cowboy fan. You're damn lying. Oh, well, how come you talked about it for a long, and all of a sudden you're a Cowboys fan? What are you wearing? Oh, look at that jersey, man. It's brand new. God.
I always believe. I was always there.
Just fly that, man. You know, ain't no way. Hey, see, and that's what's good about us, Ohio, because we don't quit being a 49er fan. We how many dry years did we go through? It was black dark. We were walking around with a flashlight all over the Niner Empire. Don't quit.
Listen, 2003 to 2009 was hell.
Yep.
But I was always there. We was always there. It's always next year. We coming back next year. We coming back next year. We coming back next year.
And then 13 came. And here comes, was 11, 12, 13. Wait, when did Harbaugh came in 11 or 12? Anyway, Harbaugh.
10.
All of a sudden, we built up a roster, and here comes Harbaugh to make it work. That was intensely exciting. Damn.
Yes, indeed.
Still came up short. And then we went through more darkness. Jimmy T is your head coach. Looking like Ron Jeremy. I know. Hey, Ronbo, how you know about Ron Jeremy? I just know everybody knows about Ron Jeremy. You know? So,
Yes, man.
More darkness.
Y'all
So, And then here comes Kyle Shanahan. One more dark year. And then all of a sudden, our name is in the paper again. Yay! And now, okay, we got a team. Now we just have to make sure it works. It's a good team, so it's not about personnel. But, we need to get back to where we were last year, somewhere near that. Hopefully that's what happens.
I think so, because the team, I think, for the most part, has been maintained, and I think we upgraded more so than anything. Mm-hmm. I know everybody, we probably may have a question mark with our interior D-line, and, of course, right guard and left guard are question marks, but I got faith that these guys will rise to the occasion, though. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of depth, man. Guys are going to fight for the job.
I'm talking plenty of depth. Well, we go. I tell you what, I'll be back here sometime soon. Not sure which. I'm waiting for something to happen in the news so we can get crazy. But it's fun just getting together anyway because we talk about everything.
Of course, and make no mistake about it. It's still bumping ski cocks all day.
Yes, it did.
We're gonna tear them ski cocks up. Tear them ski cocks up, man.
Can't wait. All right, fam. Have a great night.
You as well, big dog.
Thanks. There he goes. Howard. Go back and check out Frank. Hey, Frank. Frank's in the middle of a pig-eared sandwich.
Ronbo,
Frank.
what's up with you?
Come on in, Frank. Well, I came in to talk 49ers. Nothing, you know what? As a matter of fact, nothing particular. Some of the same old stuff. You got the 49ers supposedly got a trade coming up. The league feels good about a deal coming up at the end of the month. Meanwhile, I wish I knew who they're talking about. You got Mike Florio talking about it's going to be the Texans. If Jimmy ends up in Texas, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be surprised. I don't know why the Texans going to pay Jimmy Garoppolo to come there, the amount of money he's getting paid. But on that, Frank, the 49ers have been believed to have told anybody that wants to come in and negotiate a contract and with Jimmy Garoppolo's camp is welcome to do so. I don't know what that means, but yeah. But anyway, Frank, that and anything else on your mind, go right ahead.
I'm just waiting to let it play out, Ronbo.
Yeah, that's all you can do, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. It's you try to come up with so many different theories. I don't know if they want to keep Jimmy. And keep him as. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't about to wreck my brain trying to sit here and figure out
right?
What they doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just sit back and wait for the season to start. I really believe, Trey gonna start, the season. I don't like all the bashing, how they doing our quarterback, what I'm saying, as far as, is fatigue. And I like Brandon Ayuk. They just did a post Trey Lane. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I did.
Instagram.
It came on yesterday.
You saw it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he threw like 3 passes, and he was like, that's all we did for the day. It's just his arm got
and that fatigued his arm. His arm fatigued after that, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's sad, man, how, this young man, a young man getting so much criticism, you know what I'm saying? But then, that's what happened when you come, to the NFL. So I believe he's going to have I believe he's in a great situation. I believe, Kyle going to put him in a great situation for him to be successful. And, we just got to, back him. You know what I'm saying? I believe he can stretch the field, open the offense, running game up more. And, we just got to support him and back him. We don't know what's going to happen. Same way when Cap came in the game. We didn't know what was Cap, but we had to wait till he played, you know what I'm saying? And he brought something different, to our team that Alex Smith couldn't do. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, though, I'm saying that all of them that did, like when Alex Smith came, he couldn't get us to the Super Bowl. So Cap did get us to the Super Bowl. And what? We didn't win nothing. So Jimmy came, he turned, he got us to the Super Bowl, but we didn't win nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, so we'll see what, Trey going to do, man. So hopefully he can, get us there. We win it all. But,
yeah, because that'd mean 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not good.
5-3. Yeah, it's not good. But I got faith in him, man. I just think we just got to back him, man. I'm not here to bash Jimmy or bash Trey. My focus on Trey Lance. That's our quarterback now. And whatever they do with Jimmy, I don't know. I'm not going to, I'm not in the office. I'm not there, so I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what to really, speak on that. I'm just know that, Trey, this should be the start and just run with him, I believe they let the media and everybody dictate what they really want to do. And that's what I believe, with Cal and them.
Frank, that's it, though. The media... The 49ers are so far removed from what the media is doing. That's why they surprise us. Well, they don't surprise us anymore. When you hear the media running with a narrative, it's 95% unsubstantiated because the 49ers aren't telling those people nothing. They've made that clear down through the years. We don't like leaks. Now, you remember we had, we had Balky. He made it. I think Balky was actually feeding the media. I really do. Because he used them for whatever reason whatever he was trying to achieve, he used the media. And then that way, when him and Kaepernick, remember that ongoing war between him and Cap? And somehow it always got in the media. And I says, what is going on with Trent and Cap? And how in the world did these people find out about that? And come to find out, a lot of the times it was what was going on. I said, you know what? Balky did that. And for what reason, I'm not sure. So, But 49ers, never. You'll never hear them discuss. If they do, they'll say it themselves to the media in front of us and everybody else.
Yeah, I just be wondering, like, where all this come from? It's all fatigue. Like, what, you got to smile or something out there, like, watching them? Like, I be trying to, when I read them, I be trying to figure out what's going on. Like, how y'all, what I'm saying? Like, everything, they trying to.
They make it up.
Yeah.
Trying to grab head.
You trying. Yeah, I just be sitting back, just be laughing. I'm like, it's sad, man. Y'all just bash my man like that.
Because they haven't even had any open practice. I mean, if you was, I could see that maybe being something they come up with after a practice. Maybe they see Trey struggling. Looks like he's tired. Looks like his arm, the velocity on his passes are weak or something like that. Okay, now you're looking at something and you're making an assessment of what you see. But they're not doing anything right now. They're doing things away from the media. How did you come up with that story? God.
I want to know what they're going to say if we come out there and throw for 5 touchdowns in one game.
Right.
What they going to say then?
All they're going to say, I guess
you know what I'm saying?
wrong.
Like, it's crazy. I demand Ronbo, like I said, like I told you earlier before. This is our year right here to win it all, man. NFC, not that stacked, man. I'm not scared of the Rams. I'm not scared of Tampa Bay. Now, yeah, I respect Brady, but we need to run through this NFC, man. That's what we need to do, man. All this game plan, let's go out there, let's dominate, man. It's wide open for us, man. All the talent in the AFC. It's a wide open lane for us.
Well, you got Aaron Rodgers still hanging around over there, the highest paid man in football.
I'm not worried about no Aaron Rodgers. I'm not worried about no Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Time has come.
We just gotta stay healthy, Ronbo, and I think we the secondary we definitely beef that up. So that secondary. So that was the main thing for me. That secondary we need to definitely need to get right. And I believe they did.
Yeah,
so
I think
you just got number one thing now is health, man. Just gotta stay healthy
every year.
That's all.
Frank,
stay healthy at the right time. If we stay healthy at the right time,
absolutely,
and we just take off, man. That's all. That's all. That's it.
That's all. And we managed to get hurt exactly toward the playoffs. Somebody seriously important gets hurt.
I pray that this don't happen this time, Rob. I pray we stay healthy and we just take off at the right time. That's it. Just take on the right time. So, I can't wait to season start, man, because I've been bored as a mug, man. Ain't nothing watching all these old movies, man. Ain't nothing to look at. Basketball over with, man.
I know, right?
You can still watch. Take forever, man.
You can watch Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and the Warriors trying to figure out what they're gonna do, if they're gonna trade or not.
Yeah, all that.
It's more drama.
I hope Kyrie come to LA. I hope he go ahead and reunite.
They're having that conversation. Man. Kevin Durant said, "Well, I'm get the hell up out of Philly, so he can come over here if he wants to. I'm done." Anyway, Frank, I'll tell you what, Frank. I'll look for you in a couple of days, and let's see what else develops. Good to hear from you.
Okay. Yeah, you too, Ronbo, man. I love you, man. Shout out to the faithful, man. Let me get on back to my fish sandwich, man. I was over there. That's why you missed me the first. Look, that's why you missed me the first time, Ronbo. I was in there cooking up, Ronbo. I was in there cooking up. Have a good one, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Have a good one. Okay.
Talk to you shortly.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I like about Frank. Frank, Frank's that kind of guy. You go over to his house, you don't go to the living room, you go to the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And watch him work his magic. You go ahead, pour yourself, have a beer, and then it gets. There's nothing more fun than talking football over food, right? Hey, Ellis.
Ronbo, can you come right back to me?
You can do. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Hey, Tony. Falcon Tony. Yeah, Tony. Come on in, man.
What's happening?
Well, I'm monitoring you and Tommy Huxley. Tommy, are you serious? You really got COVID? And then I'm getting a kick out of you because what we've got to do is understand that Ready to Go is football. He's a challenge. Guys, don't take him seriously.
Yeah, his football IQ is -6.
he just
How are you doing this week, sir?
I'm doing great. We got a couple of weeks to go before we get some action finally. And, yeah,
Hey, I saw on, and I don't watch ESPN. You know how you channel surf sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about this John Lynch said that we love Deebo Samuel, and we're going to work to get this done, yada, yada, yada. And then Keyshawn Johnson started running his mouth. He says he don't consider Deebo, he's talking about higher tier receivers.
Yeah.
He said, no, Deebo, you saw that?
No, I saw a ranking. I was just zooming down through Twitter. I said Deebo Samuel's ranked at number 9. I didn't see who said it or what. I said, 9? What are they trying to do? Make sure Deebo doesn't get paid? Don't be putting that stuff out there like that. It wasn't the 49ers. It was some media outlet. But, yeah, I think a few people around the league don't rank Deebo as upper tier because of his style of play.
Well, Keyshawn, he's not an upper tier receiver, but as a hybrid, as an all-around player, yes, but as a receiver, he wouldn't have Deebo go on a goal, on a slant, on a come with me. I said, Keyshawn, you were the first pick overall, and what have you done?
I don't, there should be some kind of brotherhood between wide receivers. Why are you going to do your boy up? Keyshawn, you played that position, and you know how difficult it is. Of all people. So I don't know.
Yeah, he got to his feelings. He got, jealous of Wayne Corvette because Wayne Corvette was doing his job. He's going to get jealous of him.
And Keyshawn needs to stop playing in the basketball tournaments, man. That's hilarious. He's out of shape, getting tired. Keyshawn, sit yours down. But, this is the thing about Deebo, and this is what makes him, gets him all stirred up. He's at that age group where, his ego is, extremely high. And he stays in social media, which is a mistake for football players, Tony. Professional athletes should do social media sparingly because it'll ruin your focus. You were human, and you're going to get mad. You're going to get mad. Mm-hmm. The social media is there to make you mad, and that's what it's going to do. So if you continue to read it, you're going to be pissed off all the time. Now that's going to take away from your I don't know what it's going to do, but it's not going to be good. And so Keyshawn talking... Yeah. And then ranking him number 9 and all this kind of stuff. He don't want to know about that.
Yeah, and also, who's that? Claire, you got Claire Sard, 49.
Oh, yeah, 49, yeah.
We all get them. Ready to go running the South.
He's got thick skin, though.
Sir.
He comes in and gets gang beat up all the time. He'll be back next time, too. Talking major trash.
But he lives in his mother's basement. His mother probably makes him dinner. Some dinner's ready. Come grab the tray, and then he comes get back on the computer. But I got these rankings of the best left tackles from this. It was this one YouTuber, the same one that was talking about all them trades.
Yeah.
He got my guy Jake Matthews at 12. I thought he was behind
12. Yeah, that's not bad when you consider how many guys at that position. Yeah,
they got Larry Tunzel, who's a good left tackle from Houston, above him at 11. Colton Miller of the Raiders, 10th. Right behind Jake Matthews, you know who they got 13?
Who?
Joe Noteboom, the guy that's replacing Whitworth. I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, Tony, you shouldn't have said nothing.
13.
Rudy,
No.
Rudy, no boom is going to get beat up, okay? Just know that.
And then they got one kid that I love, this kid, the rookie. I told you about him, Rashawn Slater, who was a rookie last year for the Chargers, the first-round pick.
Is he an offensive lineman?
Yeah, left tackle. He was fourth. He's fourth.
Is he related to Jackie?
No, not this guy. Nope.
Okay.
Third is Orlando Brown of KC. Now, the guy that did this poll, he said he wanted to put this guy, David Bakhtiari of Green Bay. It's number.
Wait, I missed Tony. You faded out. Where's Bakhtiari?
Bakhtiari is number 2, and Trent Williams is number 1. He said he wanted to put Bakhtiari number 1, but he didn't.
You know, I got a kick when Trent got his money. He just wanted a little bit more than Bakhtiari. I laughed because Bakhtiari told, I think he said a Twitter tweet, he put it something to the effect of, you just had to be the guy. I just get paid a little bit more so you could be the top gun. Funny grown-ass men talking to each other like this.
Yes, sir. Well, we got about 2 more weeks of training camp.
Yep. Finally.
Players should be filling up their vacations, getting ready to roll.
Stop overeating. Get a little cardio in. Tighten things up. Yep. Because
second round pick today, Arnold Ibakete, the pass rusher from Penn State. We signed him today.
All right. Wow. Again, waiting till the last. He's a first-round pick?
Second round.
Ooh,
Second round.
Still took a while to sign him. Yeah.
Yeah, edge rusher. Well, they paid him. He's going to be making 1.76 year, something like that. Rookie contract.
But it's usually something about the language in the contract that they stand around griping about until they finally change the wording. But yeah, that's good. Because and first-round picks, they'll wait. Boy, no, I'm not signing that contract. Okay, what are you going to do? You're not going to play football this year? I always wonder, if my agent has got me stalling and coming back to me, Ronbo, man, I'm not signing this deal. Why? It's a rookie contract. Listen, believe me, I have your best interest in mind here. Let me show you this. If this clause here, if this is activated, it's not doing you any good. You go out there and trip over a rock out in the parking lot, they don't have to pay you. There probably is legalese like that lets a team, because the organization is probably protecting itself, but they try to. So they come up with stuff. I can see that.
But hey, Ronbo, all joking aside, it's getting close to camp. The whole entire NFL, including myself, wants to know what you guys are going to do. Are you going to keep Jimmy? And if you do keep Jimmy, is it going to be a distraction or a quarterback controversy?
Oh, it is definitely.
I think y'all going with Trey. I do think y'all going to go with Trey.
It definitely be an issue. And if Jimmy's standing around for whatever reason on the sideline, now the pressure is on Trey to perform and win. Why? Because Jimmy's standing on the sideline, and we already know they're going to win with him mostly. And now the fans are going to be the most brutal. If they don't win the first 4 or 5 games in a row, then they can afford to lose a game because it's no big deal if you lose, you go 4-1. But if we're out there losing from the jump, they're going to blame Trey.
I don't think that's going to happen. Y'all got too much talent for that.
We do.
Talent around Trey.
The NFL is you never know what's going to happen sometimes. And if the wrong thing does happen, oh, man, it's going to be, media's going to go buck wild. It would be a very bad thing. But if Jimmy's gone, now whatever protesting there is, it can't be taken too seriously because then you say, this team is what it is. We'll be fine. We got some adjustments to make, and we'll go. And that's what I'm thinking. So.
Because if he's still there, boy, it's going to be sharks in the water early. Y'all don't need that type of distraction.
Nah. And Trey doesn't need that either. He's too young for that. Anyway, Tony, great to hear from you. As usual, I'll look for you in maybe a couple of days. I'm not sure when I'm coming back. But, yeah. All right?
when the Rams start out 0-2, they're gonna be going, "Oh my God, what's wrong with the Rams?" So that second loss gonna be against us.
I hope so. I've been rooting hard for y'all that night. Oh God, yes. Woo!
And I told him in the chat, I said Matthew Stafford will lead the league in interceptions, and Jameis Winston will be second in interceptions.
Hey, that's rough. James got a little better though, but we'll see. All right, Tony.
Yep.
Good stuff as usual.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Talk to you.
Looking forward to it. And let's roll on over and check out Levi. Hey, Levi.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Levi, man. We're here talking 49ers football, Levi. There's nothing in particular. I was amused by the fact that 49ers, according to the media, have allowed the media, or not the media, but the all league officials, GMs, anybody that has anything to do with personnel around the league. Jimmy G is open market. We got nothing to say. If you can negotiate a contract with him, please do. Meanwhile, Mike Florio says Jimmy G will be in Texas at the end of the month, and then Mike Breer says that. He was telling about how they've allowed everybody to come in and talk to Jimmy, but there's no guarantee that Jimmy's leaving San Francisco. You know, it is a conversation it's been rolling like this for months anyway, so nothing really unusual. They just add little sticking points to it. But what are you thinking, Levi, as far as anything on your mind with the 49ers right now and the Jimmy G situation as well?
Well, I had like two things I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad to talk about Jimmy because it was all about him. All right, one was about everybody's favorite boy, Colin Cowherd, the so-called Trey Lance hater.
Yeah, well, because he hurt his little girl, his daughter's feelings,
Yeah, whatever. But one of the reports was that he had is about Seattle. So, they traded Russell Wilson. They got like 2 firsts and 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm asking, if the 49ers came to you and said, yo, Ronbo, they want Jimmy Garoppolo, they're going to take the contract, and they're going to give us the second rounder. Should we do it? Because we might not be able to trade him to nobody else. Should we do it?
Oh, that's a tough one. Anybody else but Seattle. I don't want him in Seattle.
Are you going to tell him no?
But you know what?
He said, no, find somewhere else.
Wait. Here's
they
the thing,
said if we can't find nobody and release him, then Seattle would take him. And then we had nothing.
That's right. So that means, oh, man. You know what? You almost have to do it, don't you?
If that's the actual case. If they ain't got no secret trade going on in secret.
Listen, Levi, we don't have.
So would you take it?
Yeah, I think so, because Seattle is not going to do well this year. But, if they get Jimmy, they might do better. But, I mean, the thing is, their pick could be high in the second round. I'd struggle with it. I'd have to come back to him, though. Because, Jimmy, I don't want him over there giving up all kinds of things. He knows Kyle well. And a quarterback, we got players that go over there all the time, and which makes me also wonder how come Seattle beats us, because Pete Carroll comes over and takes guys to dinner after he gets them from the 49ers and says, okay, listen, I've got my folks here, we're going to record everything you say. Now, listen, about that defense, you played defense with them. Can you give me some signs or some information that's going to help us beat your former team? Because I know you want to beat them. Can you see that romantic thing going on between Pete Carroll and one of our guys? Because DJ Reed went over there, and DJ Reed looked like a whole different kind of ball player, and all of a sudden we're having difficulty with the Hawks again. And everybody else went over there too, the same thing. They seem to know what's coming before we even do it. That's about it. Hawks, damn it. And they've been struggling every week until now. Why do they look so good this week? They get well every time we play them. I tell you what, Levi, it may have something to do with Pete Carroll's ability to pick up 49 players after we cut them, or whatever the case is, and drill them. Damn it.
Okay. Well, then the second level to it, let's say Jimmy Garoppolo ends up in Seattle. I was thinking, man, that's going to be really rough on Ronbo for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be two things he's going to have to deal with. Either A, maybe Jimmy can't make Seattle work, and now you have to deal with all your Jimmy haters
gonna come on your channel saying, "See, Ronbo, we told you that Jimmy Garoppolo was trash."
They would.
Or
They would.
Jimmy pulls a 2017, and all of a sudden, daggone Seattle is competitive. You know, they got wide receivers, and maybe the running back comes and somehow stays healthy, and maybe Jimmy somehow stays healthy. And next thing you know, you got to play them, and then so it's kind of like you being like a rock and a hard place. Either, you know, Jimmy's not that good, and you can beat him, and you're happy about that. But then you got to hear people ragging on Jimmy, or I mean, you can say I told you so. I told you he was a pretty good quarterback, but now you got to deal with him. It's like a lose-lose situation.
It is, you know. But if we beat the Hawks, I'm fine with that. The team is what pisses me off. If Jimmy beats us, I'm gonna say, you know, that's why I didn't want him over in Seattle. That would be my reaction. Because contrary to what people believe, Jimmy Garoppolo is not an awful quarterback. That's why I know he's not. So if they go over there and do well, I wouldn't be shocked. You know, but we'll find out. I don't think it's going to happen. The Hawks don't have any money.
It'll be about every week you'll have to hear about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think the Hawks have enough money for Jimmy. I really don't. They're in rebuild mode, full core. But anyway, we got to go though, fam. I'll tell you what. I may be back maybe about a couple of days. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for some news to come up. I'm tired of talking about Jimmy. Actually, I really am.
Yeah, maybe we'll come on some news about someone else.
Hey, please. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right, bye-bye.
Night. And it's Rohan Chakravarti, 49ers Web Zone. Rohan.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Well, I thought you were doing a Papa Dragon imitating Stone Cold Steve Austin. Are you okay? Were you taking a nap?
Nah, yeah, but I am in bed. I'm just chilling out here. You know, where I am, it is the morning, so, you know, we got up. But, yeah, how you doing, man?
Rohan, I'm doing great. You know, going through off-season motions like you and all of us who love the 49ers. We're just going through the days and hours, hopefully that season will ever get here. Can't wait till the 27th, not the 26th. They're just going to come in and say, we're back! And, you know, that's it. And then the next day we got to wait for action. Ron, do you...
Yeah.
Are you in on media days? Are you out on the field keeping an eye on things?
I currently do not know, actually. I do not know. I will find out probably in like a week or so, week and a half or so. Okay. But I am trying to actually get out there and figure that kind of stuff out because obviously first-handed action, I can truly report on what I see rather than based on the likes of other people. Even like for the opinionated stuff, not the statistical stuff, right?
Yeah, because and also you might be able to go out and be able to stop Javon Kinlaw from trying to hurt Grant Cohn. So you might, you'd be the voice of reason out there.
Nope. If Javon Kinlaw is going up to Grant Cohn, I am stepping away.
Out of the way, I know, right? The dude is huge and angry. I bet he gets bigger when he gets angry. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Wow.
But anyway. But listen, I was going over the situation with Jimmy now. You may know more about this now. I understand the 49ers have given the okay for other organizations to come in and talk to Jimmy's camp. Is that true?
Yeah, this really isn't news. I think the 49ers, it's kind of, Albert Breer reported this, and he also said it's kind of gone under the radar because it's actually been reported a couple of times
the whole time.
This offseason.
Okay.
Yeah, the 49ers. So we've known since March that Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers have been trying to reach a resolve, right? Garoppolo's contract has been non-guaranteed. So that is the huge difference between other potential quarterback trades that could have happened this offseason, meaning Baker Mayfield, meaning even maybe Sam Darnold if the Panthers wanted to move on from him. So the Baker Mayfield deal, $18.5 million in guaranteed money. What happens is he's not taking a pay cut because he has no reason to, right? It's like he's not in danger of losing money, which is why he doesn't have to alter any part of his contract. Wherever he ends up, he's making that amount of money, right? Obviously, he took the $3 million pay cut to be in Carolina, but still, he's making that money fully guaranteed. Garoppolo, on the other hand, stands to lose everything if he's cut prior to week one. And so the 49ers are trying to obviously make the situation best for them. So they're telling Garoppolo's camp, go talk with other teams, figure out a contract negotiation, or figure out a way to renegotiate your contract, lower the number to where it's feasible for you, for the other team, and for the 49ers, because they don't want to take back any money in cap back. I don't think the 49ers, if a trade happens, will take any money in dead cap, because the contract is non-guaranteed. They're not on the hook for a single dollar apart from the $1.5 million dead cap charge.
Mm-hmm. And they just clean their books if they just excuse them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the whole point about this is we've now reached the main hurdle. The main hurdle was Garoppolo being able to throw, because him now being able to throw means other teams can see how he performs now following surgery. He can now pass a physical, which takes him away from the injury guarantee, and now takes him back to fully healthy. And now people can implement him in their training camp plans, because now that he's available, he probably can suit up and practice in training camp. And a lot of people have been asking me, why not trade for Garoppolo? Why not wait and for the 49ers to release him before signing him?
Yeah,
now, if you want Garoppolo to be your starter, go ahead.
No, that's the option I would take. If I was in the GM, the 49ers aren't going to keep him. I'm going to just sit back and wait to see what happens. If not, I'll be fine, but I'm not going to give them anything. I don't see anybody giving the 49ers a draft pick, whether it's the 6th or 7th round, even that. What for? Why do I have to? I don't need to.
I'll explain why. Now, again, this is not my personal opinion. This is just what I can see other GMs doing. If I'm a GM, I'm not necessarily going out and trying to give up a huge amount. But Jimmy Garoppolo, right? If you trade for him as opposed to signing him, if you wait until week 1, or it's August 30th, pretty much, just about 10 days before the start of the season, you're not going to be able to start him week 1. He needs rapport with the offensive line. He needs rapport with his wide receivers. And the entirety of the playbook, offensive line, and wide receivers have been working under a completely different quarterback. It's not always that whatever system he goes to, the two quarterbacks, Garoppolo and whoever he's replacing, is going to be identical. So it's a complete transformation. And hell, if it's an athletic quarterback, it's even worse. We saw it with Trey Lance back in week 5 of last year. The entire offensive line and the entire game plan had to switch from a quarterback who's extremely limited athletically to a quarterback whose biggest strength was his athleticism. And that led to the offensive line severely struggling because the protections are different. And so the adjustment period is too little. So if you're contending, guess what? You might have to sacrifice a week or two and then sacrifice another week or two of real game experience to get Garoppolo involved. And by that point, when the races between divisions or the races between wild cards or conferences is so, the margin of error is so little, you're sacrificing potentially 3-4 weeks in a season in which you might need to win 3 of those games. And so to me, that's why other teams might be looking at trade for him prior to training camp, because you get 3 or 4 weeks to implement him into your system, and you haven't necessarily started that implementation with other quarterbacks yet. Yes, I know OTAs, but you haven't put on pads. So this is the first time you're putting on pads. Having Garoppolo out there as your first team guy, where you can really get him in depth with your offense, and also put him in your preseason games and see how he feels with your offense. I think that has a value to contending teams who don't want to sacrifice that beginning part of the season just because they didn't give up a 2024 7th round draft pick.
But you're also inheriting that salary for a year, though.
Right, but the point is, in this case, Garoppolo's. I think it's maybe a 10% chance that Jimmy Garoppolo makes $24.2 million this year. I think that number is going to decrease significantly, maybe to what Baker Mayfield is around, in that $15 million range. Because right now there's only one team that can absorb the entirety of Jimmy Garoppolo's contract, and that's the Cleveland Browns. And why will they, right? They don't it doesn't, there isn't necessarily a financial motive to do so, because none of that money is guaranteed. They don't have to talk to the 49ers to take on any of the money. So instead, they can negotiate with Garoppolo's camp to get a pay cut in the range of $15 million, maybe even $12 million. And other teams can do so too, because they have the cap space for a $12 to $15 million for a quarterback. or however they might want to structure that deal, right?
And that might help Garoppolo actually because
Garoppolo, exactly, because in return
because another
Garoppolo is
team
going to ask for a guaranteed contract, whereas so it's essentially he stands to make 12 to 15 million as opposed to 0 million, right?
And to add to that, I think he's worth more than 12 to 15 because we saw what he did when he came in with the 49ers. Actually, I think he's got a high IQ. I think he'd come in and adapt quickly because that's what he did. He needed 3 weeks in the 49ers program, I think, before Beathard went down. And he came in and did a great job. So that means that if he comes in with a short notice, he may be okay. So 18 to 20, maybe. I think there's a couple of quarterbacks that got somewhere near that.
Ronbo, I don't think that's feasible. There aren't many teams that can really shoulder that amount of money that are contending. That's why I'm saying 12 to 15, even if it's not what Garoppolo may want. I think that's just what he has to get, what he has to take. Because he's not getting more than that on the open market.
And go for the re-sign in the following year if he comes in and does a good job, put himself on. And you got to believe in yourself and see what happens. Right. We're going to see, though, Ron. Right. It's building up. We're going to find out shortly. We're going to have to go, though.
We're getting more news. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff, Rowan, as usual. I'll see you. See you in a couple of days, okay? Or I'll be looking for you on 49ers Web Zone. Here's Rowan Chuck Bravante. He's writing up stuff all the time. Check him out on 49ers Web Zone. Rowan, have a great night. And 49ers Liquor says, of course, one of Jimmy's biggest fans. I wasn't sure at first, but if Seattle gets jittery, I'll know for a fact they're tanking for the next year's draft. Thanks for the contribution. Hey, yo, Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis, come on in, man.
Yo.
Yeah, we're sitting here. This sort of potpourri of things. And Rowan gave perspective on the I didn't mention that earlier, but the fact that the 49ers have allowed people to come in and talk to Jimmy's been underreported. But that may be something like a normal practice anyway, you know? So. But anyway.
Yeah, well, I thought Kyle said something about, or no, not Kyle, but it was reports that they were letting Jimmy and his team, seek some trade partners, do some shopping anyway. So so I mean, I'm not surprised.
And that may be why Jimmy started throwing 3 weeks ago. He may have a deal in place, because I'm as much as I probably wouldn't mind Jimmy coming back to San Francisco, he doesn't want to come back to San Francisco. I'm pretty sure. When you think about it, why would he? He already said something about that anyway. He says, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So he's talking about another quarterback in that same situation, right? So he probably found a deal. If he's been throwing for weeks, that may be what he's trying to do. Get himself into shape. Somebody's going to take a look at him, and they're going to say, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for him, because it wouldn't be fun to sit down, for an entire season, because you can't find a feasible trade, place to be traded. And he's going to have to take a decrease in pay. I mean, I don't know what, if they think they're going to get 26 or.
Well, he should get at least as much as Baker Mayfield, I would think. Baker's getting 18. I don't know why he'd get less than that. I mean, Jimmy's not garbage. So, for him to expect at least 18, I think most GMs would probably think that. They might try to say 10 or 12, but that would make him like the lowest paid quarterback coming out of an NFC CG of all time. So, you got to pay him a little bit more. I mean, maybe somebody might totally disrespect him and try to offer that, but I can't imagine that going through.
Yeah, and I don't know what Seattle's cap is looking like. I mean, they got Russell off the books, so, I mean, how much money could they possibly owe him?
Do you really think Seattle
how much money could they?
I don't. What I don't see is Seattle going in that direction, because Seattle is trying to rebuild. They don't want to spend any money right now. They got what's his name over there, Locke? What are you gonna do with Locke and what's his name? Just tell him one of them can stay, the other one can't. I think they're gonna go. If I had to bet, they're gonna go with that duel. No,
He needs to keep all of them. They need to have 2 or 3 quarterbacks.
But you got Drew and you got what's his name, been around forever. And Jacoby Brissett's going to start for the Browns. People don't understand. Teams aren't looking to spend big bucks and give up draft picks at this point. If they're going to do that, they're going to do it a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't give a shit about Seattle.
What we do have to worry about, though, what Seattle will do, though, if Jimmy walks, they will indeed call him over there to talk, though, to see what they can get him to do.
Absolutely.
But that's for free and not having to give the 49ers a damn thing. Then they'll maybe be interested and tell Jimmy, listen, we'll give you 15 with incentives. We get to the playoffs, Jimmy, you get $25 million. That's more. That's just about as much as you were getting with the 49ers, right? And Jimmy probably say, hell yeah, in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. And he's got a couple of extra copies of the playbook. I think because he hasn't been with the team and Kyle's been doing some different stuff with the offense. It won't be the same expectations in complete form. Like last year, it's not going to be the same offense as it has been. Maybe the last several seasons, there'll be some alterations to it. And there might be a little bit of some of the same stuff, but Jimmy would be the worst, probably the worst person that could go to Seattle, even though it took him so long to get them. Yeah.
That's what bothers me. Jimmy would be motivated. I don't know exactly what that would translate to, but he'd be, oh man, and he's got Metcalf and Lockett. Those are primetime receivers.
Dwayne Estridge, Kenneth Walker, that running back from Michigan.
Yeah,
he's a bad boy.
People got to know. People can think Jimmy's as bad as you want to, but you put them weapons in his hands. That's not good, and we don't need him over there.
Yeah. Well, how would you feel, Ronbo, if he went over there? Would you be rooting for him, or would you be looking to see him?
No, I'm never going to change being a 49er fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would be nervous because.
Would you be okay with him getting smashed?
Would you be okay with him? If we beat him, good. I want him to lose, because now I'd be sitting there nervous as hell. Because you know what? This is the thing. I know Jimmy doesn't suck, and if anybody thinks we're going to go over there and just run over that team now, oh man, especially if they got any kind of defense.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what kind of defense they got though. Hawks lost a lot of people though, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, they lost Wagner, so that was major. Yeah, they don't have what's the name anymore, Kerry Harder. Not that he was. I think he only had 1 sack, anyways. I think that was it last season, so he wasn't really doing shit. But and they got that overpaid, overrated
Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal had him. He had some something, but now he's they paid him what, 70-something mil.
And how many draft picks? Yes.
Shit, at least 2 firsts and a second or something, or
it's something like
and
that.
A couple of, they got like 4 picks. They got like 4 picks for him. Yeah, definitely. I think like 2 first rounders they gave up to get him.
They give the second one this year, right? They don't have to give up any more, I don't think. But Jamal ain't doing nothing.
But then they got all that shit back. They got all that back for Russ too, though. They got all that back from Russ, so they came up, and then they got Kobe Bryant, that dope corner and stuff in the draft, and they did pretty well in the draft. They got a couple of really good players for sure, especially that running back.
Pete Hawks credit too, because he makes those guys. The Hawks always seem to play hard for him, though. So I don't know what to expect from him.
I mean, it's Pete Carroll, man. When he was coaching at USC,
You know, I mean, look at how USC was playing. You know,
Yes, I know.
I
Right?
hate him now, but when he was coaching, you know, back with Reggie and them and all that stuff, I mean, those boys were incredible. And you know, Pete Carroll definitely made himself known at that time. I just despise him now that he's a Seahawks coach, and
I know. I didn't really.
you know,
I
he
didn't have any
chooses-
feeling
he
one way about
chooses-
him when he's at SC. I was impressed with him, but I didn't really have any feeling toward him. Then he came to the NFL, and oh man, these Hawks, man.
He looks like
Damn,
he's always
here they
got a
come
cheat
again.
sheet.
So yeah,
He's got a fucking cheat sheet, man. That's
Hey,
the problem. You know
it's
what I mean?
true. He teaches all the
He's
defensive
got
backs.
a cheat sheet.
He shows them how to hide and do things where the refs can't see it. Yeah. So you know.
Yeah, they play dirty out there in Seattle for sure. Cheat Carroll.
But yeah, but see now, it's not the same offense as we run. So now it is a little more open. Now they let Jimmy throw down the field. Now they're going to let him make some decisions on his own out there. I don't know what that means. So I don't want him over there. I just don't want him over there. Go anywhere, Jimmy, but stay out of the NFC West. Period. That's my feeling.
Yeah, send him to the Texas.
Yeah.
Send him to Houston.
Mike Florio says that's where we're going.
Yeah, come on, Mike. Be right this time, man.
For once.
You know, come on, Florio.
Oh, man, fam. We're going to go.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to wrap up here. Tell you what, I'll be looking for you
Right
sometime
on.
between now and Sunday, maybe Sunday. All right.
Okay, fam. Peace and love.
Hey,
Squeeze.
Shout out to that awesome squad, too.
Hi, Ronbo.
Is this Jamani?
It's Joshua.
Joshua. Hey, Joshua. How you doing?
Good.
I knew it.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm getting ready. I want the football season to hurry up and start. This is that time of year that takes too long to go by. God. How you doing?
I know we're ready to watch it.
You what? Say again?
I'm ready to watch it.
Yeah. So we could say,
We're ready for the season to start so that we can watch it.
and there you go. And this year, I want you to be able to go, Nina! You start practicing on that, okay? But don't do it too late at night or too early in the morning, okay? Because you'll make your parents mad.
I got you. I got you.
All right. Tim, I'm going to look for you later, okay? Have a great night.
Okay, peace and love.
Yeah, back at you.
Shout out to Niner Faithful.
And
Bye, Ronbo.
bye.
It's Amaya.
Amaya. Hi, Amaya.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi, this is Amari.
Amari, everybody's making a roll call tonight. Everybody, the whole group, the whole staff is in tonight.
Good night.
Good night, Amari. There must be a fourth one.
All right, fam. Peace. No, he's gone.
Only three.
She's in Florida. Yeah.
All right.
All right, champ.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
You too.
And we're going to Fly Guy.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy. We're sitting up here talking like we always do. We're wondering what's going to happen at the end of the month so we can hurry up and get down to football business and stop with all this other madness. Fly Guy, how's it going to end up playing out? As Jimmy has now been throwing for weeks, probably been throwing longer than that. They didn't want anybody to know what's going on. He may have a deal in place already. And, some people don't mind if he goes to Seattle. I do. But what do you think?
So y'all really out here letting John play with y'all mind?
He's not fooling Fly Guy.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing. Now. What team in the NFL had a chance to save some cap space over $20-something million instead waiting for a fifth round just to clear the space? Come on, man.
I do not believe any team. I'm talking 10 or 12 million too. Nobody's going to pay that. It's not. Cleveland. Why Cleveland already paid money to get rid of Baker. I got a payroll that ain't small. Why in hell
Yeah, man.
am I bringing Jimmy Garoppolo over here to pay him, even if I have to pay him $250 an hour? That's too much because I don't have any extra money around here. And I got guys I got to re-sign coming up. So, I would bet the farm. Cleveland is not interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Panthers, I knew they weren't interested either. They wouldn't show it everybody. See, I'm thinking, like, come on, man. You come up with a good reason why that team should do that. And the Hawks, not a chance unless he walks
But
for free.
The whole thing is, Fortnite is not trying to trade Jimmy anyway. Because think about it, Ronbo. Think about it. If you can cut Jimmy G to save $27 million, you would cut him right now, like right now. So why would I want a fifth round pick? Like, what is that? A fifth round or fourth round?
Doesn't mean no.
Before I make the move.
I got enough fifth round picks, right? And also, why?
Come on, man.
If Jimmy's been good to me. I'm thinking, I'm not going to do a number on this guy. Cut him last month. You got to pay him $7 million. He's got to pass the physical. But it's they could have cut him before that. Then, if you got your mind made up, let him go now, and then you don't have to pay him anything. So I don't know what they're doing.
That's why I say they plan is not to trade Jimmy G. It's to trying to explain to the fan, we might have Jimmy G for another year, which is the fan don't want to hear that. That's what they're trying to do.
Getting in shape.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to trade the Jimmy G. Don't make no sense, Ronbo. If you can cut him, you can cut him right now. Like, just get rid of him. So what's a fifth round or fourth round gonna do for you? Is gonna make you a Super Bowl team next year. So it's like they're trying to bring Jimmy G back. They don't know how to explain it. Kyle always trying to switch the story around.
Hey, and you know what? As a matter of fact, like you're saying though, John's still out there saying, "Well, we're working on this and we're working on that," but he won't say what he's working on. And then if it doesn't work out, we did the best we could. Nothing ever materialized.
Yeah.
So we're good. If he does that. Like you and me gonna have to laugh about that because you called it. I've been thinking it, but I don't know.
Because to sit here and tell the fan that you're gonna bring Jimmy G back after you went and gave everything, all the capital for years and years, just to get this, and you're gonna tell the fan we bringing Jimmy G back. They don't know how to say it. It's like they just trying to play a little game as we trying to trade Jimmy, but nobody is picking up the phone. Nobody's answering us. Nobody giving us what we need. So eventually, we might just keep Jimmy G for another year. So that's the answer.
And Black Guy, you know what else I've been thinking too? I mentioned this earlier. I'm thinking the 49ers have been getting phone calls, and they're saying things like, yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll entertain that deal, and we'll get back to you, knowing that they weren't getting ready to do a deal with that person anyway. This is a game I think they're playing. I don't know. I really wonder about what the 49ers are doing, but it looks like everybody, let's go Trey. Let's go Trey. I'm thinking, Kyle Shanahan, knowing him like we know him, is he real confident about this? I wonder.
And another thing I like kind of think about is if 49ers know they have the money to keep Jimmy G and Trey Lance, they would rather keep Jimmy G than trade Jimmy G because it's better to have two than one. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you're not going to just trade Jimmy G if you can have him for the season. You got the money. It's like if you got the money, of course you're going to bring him back because you feel like, I'm just going to season with Trey Lance only. How about if Trey Lance get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
So how about if we got the money, we keep both. We don't want to trade Jimmy G yet because he's showing to take us far. Like so, y'all be shocked when the week one started. Jimmy G still on the team.
I won't be shocked though. I was entertaining the thought, but all signs are pointing toward no. But Jed already said last year he'd keep Jimmy 2 years if he needed to. And what was he serious?
Yeah, that's why I said if they have the money. Why trade Jimmy G if you got the money? Just keep both anyway. It's like why? Because you want to need both anyway. You always need two quarterbacks, not one.
But Fly Guy,
so it's like,
the thing is, I don't think Jimmy wants to play with the 49ers anymore. I mean, he sure as hell doesn't want to sit on the bench. And if I'm Jimmy, knowing him like as little as I think I do, he's going to say, guys, either let me compete for the job, or just let me the hell out of here. with that attitude, he'd be right too. If he's just going to say, I got to sit down for no reason other than we want to start a trade,
Jimmy G not stupid. He won't mind sitting on the bench for 20 seconds.
I could be wrong. Maybe he's not that cavalier. Maybe he doesn't really care about sitting down. I care. You guys can pay me how much? Yeah, okay. Listen, I'll even wash your cars down after the games and things like that.
At least he won't be hurt. He collecting all your money.
That's
and
true.
Not gonna be hurt.
That's true. And in this case, Kyle has his plan B in case, because you know what? Contrary to what people think, we cannot have a losing season. Fly Guy, we cannot. This would bring the house down. Oh, my God. The critics would go nuts. And the media would lose their mind beating us up.
That's what I said. Imagine we go 7-11, and then we don't even make the playoffs.
Better not.
What Kyle and John gonna feel like? Wow, I guess Jimmy G was the guy.
And they're gonna get blamed for making the draft. It's gonna be a ripple effect. First, the media say, okay, the 49ers went and run the risk of getting Trey Lance and giving up 2 first-round draft picks to do so. They are now sitting at 3-11. And you know what? Now there's speculation as to whether Jed York may be forced to let go of Kyle McCann. It could get real ugly real fast. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to say. This season, we can't play with this season. Either that's why Kyle don't want to let Jimmy G go yet. He feel like having Jimmy G is still another good option. If we got the money, why not just keep him anyway? We got the money. That's what Kyle looking at it like. How about we just start the season with Lance playing the first couple of games, and if Lance show that he's the man, we cut Jimmy G. Then, if Lance acting like he can't do nothing, we bring Jimmy G to compete.
Yeah, too late to cut him, but you still got to pay him. So you got to cut him before the season.
Oh, you got to cut him before the season starts, or you can cut him during the season.
No, you cut him after the season starts, he still gets paid. Anyway, you know what? You
throughout the year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we're going to see. At the end of the month, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. We got 2 weeks.
In a few more weeks.
2.
I believe Jimmy G probably stay.
No, you can go September 1st. I'm sorry. They can go through the whole preseason camp. Fly Guy, always fun. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going maybe back to Friday or definitely on Sunday. All right?
Yeah.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Hey, Trez, representing TNT. I was trying to find you the other day. Get Trey off of me.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute.
Ronbo to put some red gold up in it.
Yes, indeed. Let me sprinkle that stuff around. Let it glitter through the air. I love when it shines like that. Trez!
TNT family's in the building, Ronbo.
So you're aware of what we've been doing up here all evening, Trez?
Yeah.
Anything you want to jump on it. You being the veteran that you are, I don't have to say nothing to you.
Here's my take, Ronbo, on this whole Trey Lance, Jimmy G. One thing with Trey Lance and the media, I don't understand. I don't understand all the negative press.
His arm is tied.
And contention to want him to fail in the NFL. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, the Daily was talking about Ritter with the Falcons, and they were talking highly of this kid, saying, how smart and intelligent he is, how he picked up the offense, all the installments, so far. I mean, they just talking,
nothing but good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but good stuff. And I'm like, okay, why are you gonna show this? But you know why, Ronbo? You know why? Because the Atlanta Falcons are not the San Francisco 49ers. They're not 5-time defending champions. They don't get the buzz. They don't get the clicks. You see what I'm saying? So in this modern age of what we call social media and everything else with media, people know the hot takes. And the hot takes is the San Francisco 49ers. But you're not going to get any type of hot take
if you come positive with the 49ers. It's going to be negative. And then, they get the fan base riled up, and guess what? We right on Johnny on the spot
Yeah.
to defend it. You see what I'm saying? So they know what the hot takes are.
But why won't they talk about the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys deserve some of this heat.
What is there to talk about, Ronbo? I mean, they make the same prediction every year. They don't come true. We're going to the Super Bowl, and don't happen.
God, us.
Skip Bayless every year. We're going to the Super Bowl, and don't happen. First round knockout. It is what it
got
is.
all them got all them high priced players, and nobody's bothering the Cowboys, but us.
No need to though.
Go talk about the new quarterback, arm fatigue. Who came up with arm fatigue? I mean, why?
You know, Ronbo, don't nobody do what we do, man. Who go in the Lambeau Field in the dead of winter and whoop the damn Green Bay Packers? You know what I'm saying? Who go on the road? Who go on the road with the hottest young team they say in the NFL, the Cowboys, and kick their ass in their own stadium? We do things the other teams just don't do, Ronbo.
Right.
So you gotta understand. We got to take the good with the bad. They want to talk about us because we are that team. You know what I'm saying?
But this is every year with Rodgers, Trez. How does he get all that love? They still talk about him as if he's the king of football. Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, I say for Jimmy, look, I'm not worried about wherever Jimmy ends up. And you shouldn't be worried about where he ends up either. If he ends up in Seattle, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The league is. When I said the league is spoken on Jimmy, and look, I mean this in a positive way, Rumble, not a negative way. In a positive way. It's a positive spin on it. The league know one thing. They know this right here. These owners say, look, you know what? We like Jimmy, but the one thing that's holding us back is that we don't have a Kyle Shanahan on our team. We don't have a guru offensive coordinator, head coach. We don't have that. So, you got to have that for Jimmy to be successful. So they saying, okay, bringing Jimmy in with this coordinator, that may not work. That marriage may not work. So that's why these owners and GMs are a little iffy on Jimmy, because they know they don't have a Kyle Shanahan there. Kyle Shanahan was dialing up perfect plays for Jimmy, his set. You know what I'm saying? His gear set, he dialed them up for him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here it is. You know what I'm saying? This is Jimmy's game plan.
But Trez, he didn't lose no games.
It's just a perfect match.
He didn't lose no games with Patriots either. You know what? I do wonder though. But McDaniel's a good OC. You're right though. He does need to be with a good program. But I think all quarterbacks need to be with a good program.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody. You gotta look at it too though. Now, New England wasn't throwing the ball DP. They everything was pretty much what same set. We kind of run kind of
Shanahan. Well, the high percentage stuff. Yeah. They weren't into
high percentage stuff. Screens. They do the screens. They set the run up. They cross the middle. It's pretty much anything between 40 and in. Nothing 50 and above. I mean, going stretching the field. They're New England. That's just
although I did see a touchdown deep downfield when they played the Dolphins, but Belichick and McDaniel, but they're high percentage, which I think is a good idea.
And what I was trying to say earlier, I was trying to say they match Jimmy's skill set. You know what I'm saying? Kyle dials up plays according to Jimmy's skill set. That's what I was trying to say. And these other GMs know that they don't have that type of offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. And when I say the league is spoken, it's spoken because the things are everything got to be in the right place for Jimmy. And so him going over to Seattle, hey, so be it. I would love to see him over there because like contrary to what people may think, ain't nobody scared of Jimmy, but ain't nobody scared of Seattle either. Because I'm not scared of Pete Carroll, because we call him Pete Cheap for a reason. But you got to understand, too, Bobby Wagner was holding that defense together. Come on, man. He was a captain.
Yeah,
man.
he was definitely. But you know what?
He was
that
like
offense, run the ball and play defense, that does fit Jimmy, actually. And now that most of us think that Jimmy can't throw the ball, he's going to throw the ball. He'll throw the ball with them because All he's got to do is let it fly. Metcalf's going to run under it, as will Tyler Lockett. So that's why I don't want him over there.
I just don't think. I don't think he'd be taking shots like that, and that's why he wouldn't make a good quarterback for them. His skill set is not for that type of team. That's a Russell Wilson type. Jimmy can. We're gonna keep it under. Jimmy accuracy down the field. He can throw a deep ball, but his accuracy is a little.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would go with that. Point. Wilson's accuracy downfield is the best I've ever seen. Honestly,
tremendous. Right.
I've never seen. Wilson was dropping over his shoulder, and a man is at the 10, 15-yard line, and Wilson's on the 20. That Brady, none of those guys. Wilson's got the best there is. So
I think
I agree with that.
That's in the league currently. Him and Rodgers, I give it to Rodgers too. I will give Rodgers.
Neck and neck. Yeah.
Right.
Petrez,
outside of that, that skill set, I don't see Jimmy, taking over that.
But you got that kind of speed receiver. It makes it a lot easier, though. We'll see. I don't see him going over there, though.
You can still work. But look, you can still work Jimmy in this one. You can still throw the sling. You see what I'm saying? Lockett can catch the slings as well as Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things they would have to change in the offense. But they took the shots in now. But it was going to be as many as it was.
I'd bet any amount of money. There's no way Seattle's going to be paying Jimmy Garoppolo no money anyway. They're looking to go into the draft next year for a top 10 pick. So,
we'll see. We'll see. Well, all right, Ronbo, look, TNT, shout out to the TNT family. Shout out to you, Ronbo, staff and production. Putting on a great show, And
thanks, man.
I'll talk to Trey about being out.
Trey, I know. Trey, he's watching now. Okay, Ronbo just sent me. I'll get him. He'll be in here next time. I know it. He's asleep now. Yeah, Trey, we didn't talking about you.
Yeah.
Yo, boy, I love to tell that people how you and Trey became partners anyway. That fighting going on radio. Man.
Yeah. We go way back. We was at the beginning of Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? So, we the last of the Mohicans. This TNT family is the last of the Mohicans. Because all the rest of them
left. Yeah.
They didn't want that heat, Ronbo. They talked to me.
There you go. All right, Trez. Always great. Always great to talk to you. Talk to you later.
Have a good one, fam.
You too.
Love you.
Love you back, fam. Here he goes, Trez. And let's go check out Philip. Hey, Philip.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Philip.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo? What's going on?
We're sitting back here talking about the 49ers and the things they're going to have to do between now and opening day. And of course, Jimmy Garoppolo is always a subject. And what's so funny, Philip? Because the media's been talking bad about Jimmy for years, even though we still have been in contention. But now they're starting in on Trey already. We can't win.
I don't understand.
And I don't understand. Why can't we talk about the Cowboys? They suck. Bill Belichick went over there and paid a fortune to get that team he's got, and they didn't do all that well. Hey, how about the Buffalo Bills? They messed up at the last year. Why always us? But Phil, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Agree. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. I know we've been talking about Jimmy and Trey Lance, but what's going on with this D Ford situation? I know we were supposed to release him a while ago.
Nobody's even talking about it. I have no idea.
And when it comes to Trey, I had posted this on my Twitter. Just made it, by the way. Trey has had few snaps in the league, and he's looked better than all the rookie quarterbacks from last year. Yet he gets criticized the most out of all of them. I really don't understand that.
I think.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Philip. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying that with Trey Lance, he has had less snaps out of all the rookie quarterbacks last year.
Right?
Yet he's criticized the most out of all of them. But he looks more promising than all of them, maybe besides Justin Fields.
Except Justin Fields. Listen, the Chicago fan is delighted. You think Justin Fields maybe looks a little better?
potentially, I do think he looked a little better. I either wanted Trey or him when we did make that draft pick.
I know, right?
I'm a
A
big
lot
Trey
of people,
supporter,
it was between Justin and Trey. Because you already knew there was no way you were going to get Trevor Lawrence. He was going to Jacksonville. And Zach, everybody was in New York is talking about Zach going to the Jets. So it was between anybody, and Mac Jones was in that mix. And, of course, nobody wanted Mac. So it had to be Justin or Trey.
Yeah, I agree. I really didn't want Mac. I used to call him Fat Mac, but that's before he got rich. You know, I'm proud of him.
I know, you see him?
He's doing.
I saw that picture the other day.
Yeah, but when it comes to this Trey Lance and Jimmy G thing, I'm kind of in the middle. I love Trey, but I'm also a big Jimmy supporter. I have the jersey of him with the 75 pennant on there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want what's best for Jimmy. I want him to go to another team and shut up all the haters. You know.
Yeah, because people actually think he has no skills. I don't know why they think that, because now all of a sudden he can't do this and he can't do that. Well, you know, he was doing his job. He was doing what Kyle Shanahan instructed. He was doing what they were working with. The reason why Kyle went and got them bulldozing people that he's got, like Kittle and Debo and Ayuk to a degree, this team is all about get rid of the ball quickly, take the stress off the offensive line, and we're going West Coast offense. It isn't about inabilities. It's what they had planned. And I could see that clearly. So wherever he goes next, we're going to see a different Garoppolo, guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree. They either said, was it Seattle, Houston, or Tampa? I know Tampa is really not going to happen.
No.
Houston, that really doesn't make sense to me. They already got,
It's
what's his name? Davis
Mills. And then they draft somebody too? No, they got another guy over there along with Davis Mills.
I think so. But honestly, yes, I do hate the Seattle Seahawks, but I wouldn't be mad if he goes up. Because Seattle, as of right now, they only need to work on their defense. The offense is already pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And
well, yeah. Depending on the running game, I don't know who's running the ball for them. You know, they've always done that well, Philip.
Penny, one of them.
Yeah, Richard. But you know what? They've always done that. They've always had somebody. Pete Carroll, I don't know who's running things over there, but they always run the ball well as long as they can keep people healthy. Their problem is they're worse than us with the running backs getting killed. That dude they had, I was scared of him. What's that dude they had last 2 years? He kept getting hurt every year. The guy's a battering ram. He never got brought down in the first shot. Who's that dude?
I'm trying to think who you're talking about. I don't know. I can't think of.
The guy was vicious. Dang. Anyway, he's out. I think he's out. So it's gonna be the Rashard Penny show this year, I guess. So you know.
Yeah.
Man.
But I know our run defense is going to be way better. Our run offense, my bad, because I know we got Anthony Lynn now. He's pretty good at the run game. Yeah. So that should be amazing.
And you got strong guy. You got. I want to. What do you think, Davis Price? Is he going to be as advertised?
I don't know. It might take him a while. Because I know he's one of those bruiser type running backs. But I don't know. I really wasn't too upset with the pick because I was looking at his highlights before.
Yeah.
You know, but he's unorthodox, but
yeah,
if they train him the right way and develop him, he could be something special. I truly believe.
And you still got Elijah, so he's going to be like coming in to spell Elijah at the beginning most of the time. And I hope Kyle does not overwork Elijah this year like he did last year. Come on, Kyle, man. The dude is you have to put him in an oxygen machine from Sunday night until like Friday till he learned the game plan. Stop working him. You overwork him. And we had other running backs you could have brought in to relieve him at least. Yeah. No. Kyle's out there running him 20-plus times. I'm surprised, too, because Kyle doesn't have a workhorse running back game. Man.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just one more thing. I had a question. Where do you see this team in 5 years?
I love the question. Let me see. Let me think about this. Okay, Philip, let's figure that George Kittle and Debo – we're going to be replacing guys. There's not going to be any Trent Williams. Wow. Trey will probably still Trey will be right where we want him to be by then. He'll be well polished. Man, if Kyle and John I know people are mad at him right now for this and that, but as long as we keep good football minds like that in this organization, I think the 49ers will continue to be that team you gotta look out for. I'll say that much. What do you think, though?
Yeah. Well, as of right now, we got a probably best defense in the league right now.
Yeah, that's
top 5 wide receiver, the second best, tight end. I think he's first, but Kelsey's up there with him.
I know.
Lance, he has the potential to be a top 15 quarterback. There should be no reason why we shouldn't win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We should win at least 2. That's what I'm thinking.
And be involved all the way. And like you said, if you keep John Lynch likes to make sure the defense is intact. So we'll always have a good defense. And then you got Kyle running the offense. You couldn't get a better combination of guys running things, actually. I mean, I know there's going to be argument on that, but I like Lynch and Shanahan.
I do too. Lynch, I think there's better GMs out there better than Lynch, but he's not a bad. He's not bad. I know.
But Philip, you got him. You got Adam Peters sitting back there as man at arms. But Peters, we're not going to keep Peters for long. I got a feeling Peters leaves within the next 2 seasons, if not next season, because Peters is good. I mean, this guy made the Broncos what they were when they were tough.
Yeah, speaking of Broncos, my mom's a Broncos fan. I'm going to see if I can get her on here one day.
All right. I'd love to hear her. Is she hardcore? I mean, does she really believe in the Broncos? She may have her wish this year. Philip, it's not looking good. They got Russ, and they've already built that team up now to a point where they're going to be, the AFC West is just nasty. And we got to deal with each and every one. Mom's going to be all over you, my man. That day we played them. Okay, we got you on now. Russell Wilson, you know how you struggled with Russell Wilson. And look what he's got working with him. You think you're going to win this game? And you're going to say, yeah, we're going to win this game. Mama, you tell you what, how much you want to bet? Your eyes.
Yeah, it's funny. She's a Russell Wilson fan, so before he went to the Broncos, of course she was a Seahawks fan. And I'm telling you, every game, it seemed like the house was on fire. It was crazy. And then we went to a Niners game last year when they played the Seahawks when Trey came in for that second half.
Right.
It's funny, everybody's cheering. All the Niner fans are cheering. We're going crazy. And she's just sitting there with their mask on, quiet, with the Seattle Seahawks jersey on.
Your mom, she sported a Hawks jersey. Your mom sounds like a lot of fun.
She is. That's why I can't wait to get her on here.
Woo! Well, Bill, we're going to go. I'm going to tell you what, I'll be looking for you sometime soon. Don't be a stranger. Get back in here. I'll be back between either Friday or Sunday.
Of course.
All right.
Of course, I'll be there. And shout out to you, Ronbo, and shout out to production, man.
Thanks, Philip. Have a great night. Say hi to Bob's, too.
All right. Okay, I will. All
right. And I see Guillermo Pichardo. He says, donate to the Lou Fathead Foundation. Guillermo, thanks. Because everybody wants Jimmy out. I'm telling you, I got to respect my dog. As soon as he leaves, ceremoniously, yes, we will say goodbye to the dude I've loved since he arrived. I've learned to stop trying to hide that feeling. I like me some Jimmy. Hey, Tony!
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony. Well, Tony, anything you want to get into, Tony, we're not really special. I'm amused by the 49ers saying, listen, just if you want to talk to Jimmy, don't worry about us getting upset about that, please. And Jimmy, if you got someplace you want to go to make a deal, it's all yours. But that's just...
It doesn't have to make sense to me. It doesn't have to make sense to you or to Trez or to anyone. All it has to make sense to is Pete Carroll.
Yeah, actually. Isn't that the truth?
You know what I mean? Now, just for comedy purposes, right?
We've had a lot of that.
Think of this. If, just say, hypothetically, Jimmy goes to Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Our home opener is against Seattle, so it's going to be Jimmy G versus Trey Lance.
What? We open against the Hawks this year?
Home opener.
Home opener. That's 3 weeks in. We got to go on the road for a bit. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hilarious.
Home
opener. About sellout crowd.
And now, can you imagine? Listen to this. Can you imagine the commentators like?
before the game, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Shanahan's career could be on the line after this game.
Because the Hawks we have to beat. I don't care if Jimmy's over there or not. Anybody else. If Aaron Rodgers is over there. We are not going to lose a home opener to the Hawks. No.
And then next thing you know, Kyle, there's going to be questions asked in the press conference because the 49ers just got hammered by Jimmy G, 27-7.
Oh, God. Oh, no. And that would mean Jimmy gave up enough information to know what we like to do on defense.
Of course. Of course. I mean, not only that, Pete the Chief, like I said in the previous show, he'd be hanging out there like a dog with a bone, waiting to see who we're going to cut so you can bring him over there as well. God. Jimmy, who do you like out of all these players, buddy?
Oh,
God. You want this guy? You want that guy? No problem. We'll get him.
God. And they're walking off Tony, they're walking off the field as the game ends, and Pete's handing Jimmy gum. And Jimmy's chewing it like Pete, you know.
Could you imagine if Debo went over there with him?
Oh, but you know what? That would have to wait till next year. There's no way the 49ers have to worry about that because he has to stay with San Francisco no matter what this year. I don't want him being over here all pissed off. And if they franchise tag him, Tony, that's not saving any money. They got to deal with stuff. Nah. Pay him now, please. God.
They will. And the other thing would be is how many players could Jimmy G poach from the 49ers after he's been there for 12 months.
Can you imagine? And whose contract expires within the next couple of years? Oh, man. So, George Kittle, because they love each other to death.
Well, Brandon, our youth's got to get paid next year.
Yeah, but I think Brandon doesn't really particularly care for Jimmy. I think he's all in with Trey no matter what.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman, Mike McGlinchey, Hawks could. No, Mike McGlinchey would have to leave. Oh, whoa.
Nah, McGlinchey would leave with his skirt on, crying.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the hardcore 49ers that do like Jimmy that way. Juszczyk would probably think about it. You know, it'd be funny. But, you know.
Yeah, it puts a different perspective on the whole picture, doesn't it?
Yeah. So.
The other thing is, if I'd like to just go away from everything and ask you one question. With these coaches in the NFL, is it being on the field, standing on the field, is that like having a penis extension or what's the story?
I wish Kyle would go up in the booth where he can see better. I've been asking for that for years.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
All rugby league coaches are up in the booth because even as a spectator, if you're up high on the halfway line, you can see all the gaps opening up, the mistakes. You can see better. You've got communication devices. And to me, it sounds, because every time they ask Kyle in the press conference, Kyle, what did you think of this play? And he said, I couldn't see it. It wasn't.
Yeah, I know, right? How many times has Kyle said that? I'm getting ready to say just that.
Else.
I didn't see that play.
And I think to myself, if you were up in the booth, you would have seen that during the game and you could have corrected it.
And made an adjustment.
Yeah, made an adjustment. So it doesn't happen again during the game. It makes no sense to me that they stand there on the sideline where you're trying to coach a team to win, yet up in the booth, you've got the best advantage point you could ever have as a coach. You've got your communication devices. You can say, all right, put this guy on, take that guy off, tell him this, tell him that, or directly still communicate. I'm sure they could still directly communicate to players on the field.
Absolutely. I'm just wondering who is up elevated. I don't know, because Mike McDaniel, I thought I saw him on the field as well. So, 49ers, if you don't have a bird's eye view, do you have an app or something that you can actually get a shot on the field? I don't get it. It makes no sense.
Mate, and now that you said Mike McDaniel, here's another ironic thing, Ronbo. Next year's draft, Mike McDaniel is going to be picking using Shanahan's first round pick in the draft.
You know, I just don't. I really, the 49ers went into this plan. I just don't know if it was well thought out. I know they explained that they don't want to have to depend on Jimmy to be healthy all year. I understand that much. But, you know, did you go too far with the 2 first-round picks? But nobody else wanted to trade with him unless they did give up that. And I said, God, man.
Yeah, I know. And then there's the backup quarterbacks, and even Trey Lance's old football coach said it wouldn't hurt him to sit on the sideline for one more year.
I know. I mean, come on. He's only played 1 year of college football. Everybody brags about his no INTs. Well, hell, he didn't play but 1 year.
It's like we're so eager for the season to start, but we're all scared to see what's going to happen. And
no,
if
not
Jimmy
all
goes to the Seahawks,
a lot of people are confident that Trey's going to come in and just raise hell and just be looking polished.
I hope he does.
I do too, but really?
But I don't know. I'm a pessimist before I become an optimist. I like to analyze every single little thing, and like I said, you know, I don't think Kyle would be happy with that home opener. Commentators on the sideline, Kyle Shanahan's career could be on the line here, ladies and gentlemen.
Kyle would not come out for the PC. I can see Kyle now. Hey, Coach, where you going? I'm in a hurry. Kyle rushed into his car, didn't even take a shower, just ran to his car. Kyle said he had something he had to attend to. He doesn't want to hear it.
Could you imagine if it really happened and, you know, we did lose to the Seattle Seahawks? I don't think he would even turn up to the press conference. He'd say, bugger this. I'll send in my representative. Because for Pete the Chief, if he could sweep the 49ers, he knows that Jimmy G could sweep the Rams. Another victory here or there in the division, and he'll be happy with that. You know what Pete the Cheat's like, and he'll give him what do you call it? Free reign too. He'll say, Jimmy, you know, I'm not like Kyle Shanahan breathing down your throat, mate.
Yeah, they play.
Here's a playbook.
Yeah, they play backyard football anyway. That might be right up Jimmy's alley.
We'll see.
Find out. Yeah, it could wait. That's right. I forgot the home opener is Seattle.
Shit.
Tony, I tell you, I'm gonna wait to see if I can get any other things to talk about besides Jimmy between now and Sunday. Otherwise, I'll see you Sunday. All right.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers, my man.
Oh, mate. Cheers, mate.
And Shabazz, matter of my nature, it's not hate on Trey. I'm just looking at the facts, all right? What is with you in that? God. Hey, Shabazz.
What's going on, man?
I mean, we just talking
y'all stressing yourself out over nothing.
No, I don't believe it's going to happen either. We're just talking 49ers football, and one thought leads to another.
I've just been listening to all the callers and all their theories.
Yeah.
And I like to be right, because I'll be right. I'll be calling stuff. I'll say sugar, honey, iced tea. Jimmy not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to get what y'all want. Everybody going to get what they want. Here's the plot twist. Jimmy going to play in the preseason and hurt his quad or his hamstring and going to get injured. And you put on injury reserve for 10 weeks.
Oh, hey! There's an option, and then you don't have to pay him his entire salary. And then if something goes south, then you can bring him off the IR.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Shabazz. That's like one of them ones that Fly Guy would come up with.
Well, Jimmy ain't going nowhere. You don't want to trade him. He ain't going to play for no Seattle.
No, I don't believe that.
Let him play in that preseason game. He's going to get hurt in that preseason game.
Yeah.
Full of quad.
Yeah.
Call and say he's out for 10 weeks. We put him on the IR.
And there's nothing really wrong with his quad, but put him on there anyway. Mm.
We got a roster spot open for anybody else. And Trey ain't done what everybody expected him to do in 10 weeks. Then there you got Jimmy. Now everybody quit crying.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And you don't have to. I don't have to worry about Sudfeld because Shabazz, if Trey, think you have one or 2 day things where Trey may have to miss a game or two, and here comes Nick Sudfeld. Now they believe in Sudfeld.
Right.
I do not, and I don't know about the new kid that we picked up at the end of the draft. But I do not want to see us losing no ball games because we couldn't run the offense.
Well, Ronbo, I just told you what they're going to do.
Yeah, I like it.
They're going to stick them on the IR.
I hadn't even thought about that.
I ain't worried
That's
about
pretty
nothing.
funny.
He ain't going to go to no Seattle. You think Kyle Shanahan is that stupid?
I really could, because you know what? No matter what anybody says, he knows too much. It's like if you're part of a cartel or something like that, and the feds have been known to be breathing down your neck, and they can make one of your boys break, you got to kill him. You can't let him leave.
And he ain't gonna flip on us like that because he won't be there.
Yes.
Because he gets spent 10 weeks on the IR, he ain't got to be in the building.
Yeah.
Okay. It ain't no distraction. And now you got your insurance policy for late in the season.
Should you need it? Yeah. Well, I like that
Should
idea.
you need it?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Should you need it? And that's why the 49ers ain't paid Debo and ain't gonna pay nobody because they keeping Jimmy for this whole extra year. He's the backup to the backup.
And continuing to say, well, we tried to trade him. And they say it so calmly that, did y'all don't look serious to me.
No. But ain't nobody thinking this through. They overthinking everything. He's going to Texas. He's going to
Mike
Cleveland.
Florio. Texas
He's going to Seattle.
Davis Mills is
You know how many people Kyle Shanahan been stuck on the IR that wasn't hurt? Come on, man.
Hey, we seen a new record set about 3 years ago. I remember, damn, look at how many guys we got on the IR. I was thinking they was all hurt, but then when you think about it, when did they get hurt? Does anybody remember? Who is this? When did he get hurt? Maybe in practice. Really?
Right. Some amazing injuries that kept him out for 6 weeks. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Shabazz, what do you tell him, man? Well, Shabazz, I'm one of these guys that's got to manipulate the roster in this fashion. I come with Shabazz. How you feeling, man? Feeling good, Coach. Listen, I need for you to do something. And listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this. This is going to be the money you're going to earn. I need for you to go to the IR. What? Listen, let me explain the whole program to you. And then, every man's got his price. Those are funds that don't need to be reported to the NFL. Can you imagine some of the hanky-panky that's going on? And a lot of teams are doing that.
We invented it, Ronbo, with the bar is low.
Eddie, I know, right?
Earlier, why they always got to be talking about us?
Because Eddie,
they love to hate us.
Gangster from way back, and the NFL ain't got over it yet.
They haven't. And I tell everybody that, come on, man. We set the standard, If they didn't have the 49ers to say nothing bad about, they wouldn't. Ronbo, switching gears. Always we talk about Jimmy, we know it because we got 3 Hall of Fame players that wore 49ers jerseys that ain't in. John Taylor, Ricky Waters, and Roger Craig. You don't say anymore.
But hey, I heard Craig was on the list this year. Where did I read that? That Craig is, but I think he's been on that list before. We'll see. But damn well he's supposed to be in.
They gonna stiff the tank. They'll stiff Frank. They've already stiffed Patrick Willis. I'll tell y'all, look at Luke Kuechly numbers and look at Patrick Willis' numbers. They're the exact same. Watch when Luke Kuechly come up. Oh, what a great Hall of Fame linebacker.
First ballot. Yep.
First ballot. He did this, he did that. He carried the team to a Super Bowl. He did everything Patrick Willis did, and he'll get in first ballot. And then that's when they might put Patrick Willis in, when they put him in, like they did T.O. Well, we're putting Randy Moss in. We can't put T.O. in.
But Shabazz,
Moss had 2 touchdowns.
You got to act up like T.O. You got to make a mockery out of the whole thing. Every year, make sure everybody knows that you are not happy with the proceedings going on in at the Hall of Fame, the headquarters, right? So T.O. was good at that. He's making me laugh so hard. I love me some T.O. Yeah, he's not been to Canton yet. He has not even been there. Man.
Yeah, you and I both, Ronbo, but the disrespect is real. You guys ask questions.
You do.
I'm telling you how we're gonna play this, because I'm a chess player. If I'm John Lynch and I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm sticking Jimmy on the IR for 10 weeks.
You know, if that happens, I'm definitely, boy, Shabazz, remember in July when Shabazz, we was laughing, but look at this. There he goes.
So when he hit that IR for 10 weeks, and y'all be like, I called it. I don't want to hear nothing like Shabazz. The genius of Shabazz has done it again.
You know, then we'll know that if anybody asks us, and to be honest, if anybody's, so Ronbo, I mean, you think the 49ers are running things straight and narrow? No, man. You know what? I never said they did, and I don't know why you're asking me that question. Right. Is your organization running them on the straight and narrow? Because the Rams,
and we don't. Oh man, we know the Rams not, and we know Dallas did. Come on, man.
Come on.
Dallas did. They did crack cocaine and sold crack cocaine and won Super Bowls in the 90s. Are you kidding?
Hey,
they have no room to talk.
You know, so
they had a team full of drug abusers, drug dealers, and abusers.
Oh, that's why
ain't no Cowboy fan got room to talk.
Oh yeah, you know, and Jerry Jones and them wild parties. I heard Jerry Jones makes Hugh Hefner look weak with some of the parties they have. You know.
Well, that's horrible to think about, Ronbo.
So it's like snow falling in that house when that is happening, man. Come on, man. And the police know better not to bother because that's Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys. Okay, fine, y'all. You double standards. If it was somebody like I know, you'd be all over them. Anyway,
well, that's because on the police days off, they sit down in jury world enjoying the game.
Shabazz, we got to go. Always a pleasure to talk to you. I love your setup. That's outstanding. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Ronbo always got to be the one to shift it. I got to shift it different, man.
I know.
So don't worry about week one. Don't worry about Rusty in Denver.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Trey. Ronbo, we going 4-1. If not 5-0. Just calm down, y'all.
That's what I need.
Calm down. And the one loss may be the Rusty, but other than that, we're not going to lose to no damn Bears. We're not losing to no Seattle.
Anybody but Rusty, okay? Because, he'll be talking major smack for God knows how long. Yeah, I still own it. I could have told you, I still own the 49ers. I've always owned the 49ers. I don't know what anybody was. If you bet against me, you lost money, didn't you? Get him! Let me at him!
Well, I'll be up in Denver that weekend, Ronbo.
Okay, good.
So don't worry about
get away with that.
I'm going to take Rusty Magic away from him that weekend.
Yes. All right, Shabazz.
Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to production.
Thanks,
and I'll check back in this weekend.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Night, Shabazz.
All right. Night.
And Shabazz is right. We cannot lose to Denver, and we cannot lose to Seattle. And Brian and I, Culp told you, man, don't. The Seattle Seahawks is going to be a game. I just know it. And you already know about the Broncos. It's going to be a fight, but we got to come out the winners. Hey, Bethel. Bethel's opening that door. Bethel?
No, I'm not.
I remember that sound. You opened it 2 or 3 times, too.
This is a replacement sound. Rocking chair.
For good old time's sake. Hey, Bethel, so we're talking about the 49ers, and, you don't have to talk about Jimmy. There's just nothing else to talk about, but Jimmy, it seems, we talk about Trey and some of the things he's done, but, he hasn't done a lot. Brandon Ayuk, and, talked about his arm fatigue. But, we got a long path of things going on. But anything you want to talk about, go right ahead.
Okay, there's some things that a lot of people don't know about, and only if you're a Browns fan. But if say Sean Watson, does go out for the whole thing almost.
He is.
They don't have to pay him because he's not playing.
I
So
think
they're
it's
going to
10
have
million.
some money.
I think.
Yeah, but they're going to have some money to spend. And a lot of their players are.
Bethel, hold it right there. Listen, anybody knows, what I want to know is what are the legal aspects of this situation if Roger Goodell suspends him for a year? Are the Browns held responsible? Bethel, that's a great. Go ahead. Let me hear more of this. I really wonder how they're going to handle this.
Yeah, and if the Browns, they have a lot of 1-year contracts and a lot of big known players. So if they don't get a quarterback that could take them to the playoffs or take them anywhere, and that's something Jimmy could do, because it's almost like Kyle's run plays and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're gonna lose a lot of players for next year.
Oh, the Browns,
because they want to win right now. Yeah.
Bethel, here's the next thing though. When are they going to tell? When's Goodell going to tell Deshaun Watson what his fate is? He hasn't said anything yet. They're still milking it out. And also, I'll tell you something else, Bethel. This case could go into litigation. It could last all the way until next spring, from what I heard. So Deshaun may be out of the league for a couple of years.
Yes, so you don't know what's going to happen there, and what the Niners are doing, you don't know what they're doing, because you could presume a lot of stuff, but the thing is that there's been other channels, other places that have been saying they have their facts of about Jimmy G, and that he's screwing the Niners and all that. So if he's screwing the Niners, then the Niners don't owe Jimmy anything, because they gave him a lot of money, and and that's good enough. So whatever happens with him, and if later on he gets cut or whatever, then that's on him. And then another thing is that you don't want to take that risk of, if say you have Jimmy out there and he gets injured or something, then you get left with a lot of money, or it depends on how his contract is,
Hey, Bethel, and I just seen Harold Murillo. He said it is being reported by media that Watson is getting no punishment. Harold, you know what? I can't see that, though. He's got to get some punishment, because otherwise organizations are going to be all over the Browns. Go ahead.
Yeah, because imagine all those people going out, to the games, or to all those women, like hey, why is he not getting punished?
Yeah,
so he has to get punished. And if say a lot of Brown fans, or whatever fans, and if you don't do nothing about it, then you're just a horrible person, because
it's not
you cannot allow that to happen.
You can't say that. You got to do something. You can't. You just can't come running out there like him. And people have gotten punished for less, right? Yeah. So you can't just let Deshaun come back in because we're paying him $250 million, which is insane. But still, guaranteed the whole amount.
So you have to do something. So that's another reason that Jimmy might get traded over there if it happens.
Well, you know what? The table is set. He do fine, especially with the same kind of setup. You got one of the best run games in the league. You've got primetime receivers. It would be interesting. But let go Cleveland then. Stay out of the NFC West.
Yeah. And then plus another thing is that, what do a lot of coaches do? They want to get people that know that system. And, he's a guy, a guy that's off the, same tree as Kyle, where running game and you work out the running game and you start passing. And what does Jimmy is good at is, handing off the ball, and if you let him do what he has to do, he'll throw the ball to, his quarterbacks, and if they catch the ball, they catch the ball. So, sometimes he does stupid mistakes, but, it happens in the games, then, as long as he's now, under pressure, he'll be good, so.
Yeah, he'd be outstanding in their system. It's a little bit like what the 49ers do. As I say, the emphasis is on establishing the run, and there's some decent receivers over there. Yeah, he'd be fine in Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland really does want Deshaun Watson, so that's why they're just going to put a placeholder in place for him, and I figure they're going to stick to that. Jacoby Brissett's going to be their quarterback. I don't think they're kidding.
Yeah. So, and so that's why I think, they're going to probably keep him as much as they can, and then just let him go. And
Jimmy? Yeah.
Whatever happened in the, later on, you have that money to, back you up if you ever need somebody to come in and, fill that role. So, because, you never know.
And all you do is speculate.
You need some other players.
Well, yeah, but the 49ers seem to be doing what they want to do. So if they want somebody, I think they'll go get them. But Bethel, I'll see you like either maybe Friday and definitely Sunday. All right?
All right, Ronbo. Like always, great show.
Thanks,
hit the like. Let's go, nice.
Thanks, Bethel. Have a great night. Right. And JJ, Big Show's best buddy, is on the phone. Oh, JJ. Oh, JJ.
Hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. Were you talking earlier? Yeah.
No, I'm reading the chat and looking at this Niner bisexual with his stupid arguments. The dude in the chat even wrote it. I was like, what complimentary football is? You're trying to say, what is Jimmy's record when there's no 100-yard rush? Are you serious? Ronbo, this is a stupid question, but I ask you, what would Jerry Rice be without Steve Young and Joe Montana? What would Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, or what would Joe Montana and Steve Young be without Taylor, Rice, and Clark, and all these receivers? I mean,
this is why, and that's why when they say, I'm not a hater, that's why I label those people haters. They will say anything derogatory, whether it makes any sense or not. It's like that guy on Twitter today. The only reason Jimmy's any good is because of play calling. Okay, well.
And yet, Ronbo.
How many teams have no play caller? I don't get it.
But see, Ronbo, I don't know why, because you have a mind that can think logically and a voice of reason. That is that's their argument against you. You don't know what you're talking about because this is okay. Same stupid shit. I mean, if I can say water is dry and add the word facts, does not make it a fact. Okay, I mean,
irrational. So hatred will make you do that, though, JJ. And I've always said, okay, you say this because you're trying to find reasons that are substantial enough to make sure that I will agree with you that Jimmy Garoppolo is the worst quarterback in football history. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it. So you come and you reach and get another thing and throw in there. And now I'm getting like, you know what? This is a conversation that you can have with somebody else. This is just stupid. And we get a lot of that. So
Ronbo, what I've come to realize, I'm just gonna say it because it is what it is. Your opinion, my opinion, their opinion, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna say it. I don't give a shit. Get used to the dark days, Ronbo. They're coming back. I see it. It's just coming back, Ronbo. Look at what it is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want Jimmy when we first got him. I trusted in Kyle because he was
Kirk
just
Cousins?
coming off the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's what I wanted. I wanted what Kyle wanted. I wanted Kirk Cousins, and then Jimmy came. I didn't know anything about the kid, but then his first game, and I remember like this, it was against the Bears.
Yeah.
He didn't score a single touchdown pass, but what I did see, and the entire 49er fan base saw something. This guy converts thirds down. He keeps the team on the field. We saw something. I cannot hold
JJ,
it back anymore.
We didn't have an offensive line. Remember that? Jimmy was getting rid of the
I
ball
know.
so quick, throwing off the back leg and everything else. And that's when I was impressed. I said, look at this guy work with what he's got. Wow. And that's what I was impressed.
And then you had the biggest trash back, in my opinion. Carlos Hyde literally said at the end of that season, he literally said, remember, he said, I think we could go to the Super Bowl. With that team that he said, I feel we can go to the Super Bowl. What was the comment, or what was the difference? It was number 10. Now, again, I'm not going to be all. Remember, I wanted Cousins.
Yeah.
But we all saw something. And then from that
Trey,
point on.
I did too. As the season came out, and remember in the Washington, there's no way I'm trading Kirk Cousins to Kyle Shanahan. Because remember, what's his name hates Kyle Shanahan, the owner, right? Norm, what's his name? And there's no way Cousins was getting released or traded to the 49ers.
Yeah. And this dude over here was saying Jimmy was washed after his first injury. What the hell is wrong with you guys? That was 2018, and he comes back, and he takes us to the Super Bowl. I mean, are you guys fucking blind?
Keep another fact, too, JJ. Jimmy Garoppolo, when he first came to San Francisco, only had 10 games under his belt. That's it. He'd been sitting behind Tom the whole time. That's when I knew he had the it factor. And then he got hurt, and then, of course, he had to take out a year. And then 2019, everything went right. The stars were lined up in the universe, and we got through the league with a 13-3 record. I don't care what anybody says. That was not lucky. That was not just all one aspect. No, we didn't just run and play defense. Everybody contributed in that year. You know? That's just the way it was.
Again, if Trey does the same thing, they're going to be riding him like no other. Now, again, the reason why I said that and the reason why I said I don't care anymore, I'm just going to say my opinion because nobody cares. What I saw with Jimmy, I can't hold it back no more. I don't see what the hell you guys are seeing in Trey. I don't see it. I don't see a flash. I don't see perfect precision. I don't see a perfect spiral. I don't see third down conversions. I don't see it. I don't see it. There's nothing spectacular what you guys are looking at. Nothing. That bomb to Debo was the exact play that they ran in preseason. Why is not impressive to me? It's for this specific reason. In the post-game conference, they asked him, was that your second or your third read? Trey said, and I quote, no, we knew who we were going from the very beginning. Kyle drew it up like that. No intelligence, okay? There's no intelligence there. What are you guys looking at? Okay, we saw something with Jimmy, regardless of whether you hate him now or not. Okay, we saw something. I don't see it with Trey. There isn't. There's no strong arm. When he runs, he has no power. None. He keeps getting stopped up by corners. That's why I'm saying, Ronbo, I'm sorry, but I see nothing but dark days coming. I think Shanahan's going to get fired. Jimmy's going to go somewhere, and I mark my words, he's going to wherever he goes. He can go to Detroit. I guarantee you he'll win at least 9 games.
Man, that's a dismal prediction. You know, because
it's that Ronbo. It's my Niners. I don't want it to happen, but I just don't see it. I want to be wrong. I don't see it.
JJ, and people are going to think I'm not hating on Trey either. I didn't see enough to get excited about either. I think everybody's excited about the potential. But here's the thing about potential. There's been a lot of players that came in with the potential. You need to show us something from day one, at least to say, wow, that might work. But we're going to have to wait. And maybe Trey, we could be wrong. Trey could look sharp right from day one. I hope so. You know, I don't want him out there holding the ball. people don't like Jimmy, but Jimmy gets rid of the ball quickly, and that is really an asset. It saves your offensive line if they're not that good.
He's got to run around, Ronbo, like a chicken with his head cut off. That's the only reason that you're going to like him.
Yeah, you get caught doing that, though. To me, I mean, you
Through
can get
Super
hurt.
Bowls, through MVPs. Nah, he don't want no Super Bowl. Just get the MVP and let him shine. Let him be the cover of Sports Illustrated, but no Super Bowls. Okay, that's all that matters to this fan base. That's all they care. And you want to say I'm drunk? You want to say I'm drunk, dude? Seriously? I mean, look at what it is. What are you looking at? There's nothing impressive with Trey. Not a thing. I'm not impressed. Not in the slightest. And that's all I do is look at quarterbacks. I don't care about running backs. I don't care about wide receivers. Notice I never bring up Debo. I don't care. I'm looking at the quarterback. That's the most important player on the field is who I'm constantly looking at. Trey doesn't have it from what I see so far. I don't.
Well, he's 22. And we got him. He was just turning 21.
I'll give him that.
So, I'm thinking that and not really any college experience in a Division I school. There's a lot of factors that make you worry. I don't know why everybody's not at least a little concerned about that. That's why when people get mad because you ain't number hating, I'm just saying. Isn't that? I mean, I want him to do well. I just don't know if he can yet.
The voice of reason, Ronbo. You're seeing what you're seeing is like, yes, it's a small school, but again, that's not enough to write him off. Yes, I know he's 22. Yeah. I know he's a rookie, but it's still, I'm not seeing what you guys see. I see it with Justin Fields slightly. I see it with Mac Jones slightly. I mean, it's just, this is another thing I looked at. Okay, so Carson Wentz went to the same school, right?
Yeah.
I guess
Wentz how many years,
is doing
Carson
the same
Wentz went there how many years, though? And played full seasons. Trey got shut down because of COVID. He doesn't have any time. Go ahead.
This is my point, Roma. I thought the Rams should have taken Wentz, first overall over Goff. But my point was he was at this little school, but what they liked with this kid was not only was he winning, but he was blowing these teams out, just like Trey was doing. Okay, I get it. But the fact is, Wentz is irrelevant now. He's on his fourth team? With a Super Bowl he didn't even win.
And he lost his mind last year in Indianapolis. That game he played against the Jaguars was strange. So hopefully that's not a condition that follows around if you go to that school. Jesus.
Say what you guys want in the chat, dude. Seriously. I want to be wrong.
And I want us both to be wrong, JJ. You know what? I really hope that he makes us look like we didn't know what we were talking. I'm like you. I just didn't say anything till you did, but I need to see something more. And when I tell people I just want to see something more, that just means I want to see something more. I'm not condemning him. I just hope I see something more. And that's the way you feel, right?
I'm very fair, Ronbo, and I'm going to be honest. If Trey makes me look wrong, I will eat crow, mark it, save it. I will buy his $300 jersey. I promise you.
And we will on this program together. All right, JJ and I have something we want to publicly address right now. We were way out of line back in July. We're proud of Trey. We're delighted with him. You'll never hear us hating on him. That's better than what the Jimmy G fans would do when Jimmy would win. Remember we were 3-5? And it got quiet amongst the hatred. They didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden we worked our way back into the mix and we made a mistake. Oh, that's what we were talking about. I said, oh, man. What is that?
I want to win a Super Bowl, Rumble, and our players are getting older. They're not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
That's
why
when
Philip asked me about 5 years from now. I said, wow, I hadn't thought about that. Everybody this year now is not going to be here in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Anyways.
Well, JJ, it's been fun, and we aired that out. Okay.
Last thing, Niner by nature. One last thing, Niner by nature. There's only one king. That's Jesus Christ. So get Trey's nuts out of your call. You, James Anderson,
easy,
and Tony Wright. Both of y'all, or all three of y'all, get out of here.
Tony Wright is cool.
Tired of these dumbasses, Ronbo. Seriously.
JJ, have a great night, and we'll talk later. All right.
Sorry, Ronbo. All right, later, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's why I have this show to let people let it all out. All right. Okay. Anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and call it a night. And We're all family here. We all want the same thing, so let's not judge each other. Even Niner by Nature, who loves to accuse me of things that are not true. I love him too. But fam, hey, tell you what, I'm not sure. We need more subject matter. If I don't come back Friday, it's only because the only thing we talk about is Jimmy. And we tend to get into our feelings when we talk about Jimmy. So we're coming up with anything on Sunday, even if it's nothing about 49er talk. All right? So fam, just have a wonderful night, and I'll see you shortly. All right? Don't forget to hit the like. Subscribe. It's okay. I want to find you when I'm getting ready to talk. Oh, and thanks for the contributions. Really appreciate it. Go Trey.